Wahoo.
Yes, just let me know when.
It is win. There we go. Hello
Okay.
everyone. Hello YouTube. The future.
Hi.
Wow.
Particular content warnings this time
Yes.
for definitely for like pedophilia in a way that's played off as a joke and is really nasty.
Yippee!
Um, and then content warning. We'll probably get to the domestic abuse of a minor that is very much not a joke.
Alright, so this is I know this is coming up. I know these things are coming up. So be warned. Content warnings. Not start. Continue.
If you come in our chat later and like, why is this in the game? Well, we warned you.
There's also a pinned comment in the chat if you need to see it. There we go.
Yay.
Yay. So let's all be. Okay, the tips are not important.
Yeah,
from what I remember.
the tips are not. Oh my god, the tips are not important yet.
Nope.
People in chat, let me know how I sound, in an attempt to like, help with the way that I was getting cut out a lot last stream. I've adjusted some of my mic settings, so if I sound too quiet, too loud, if there's too much background noise, let me know. I'll adjust them more later.
Yeah, and also like if like we aren't on the same level volume wise, please let me know. Please let me know. Even if it's very slight, you can let us know. Do not worry. Okay. All right.
Okay, cool.
Me on time. Oh, really? Your parents came home, right? Fuck. Your parents came home, huh? They smelled like energy drinks and their eyes were all bloodshot. They said they had a crazy amount of stuff to do and were up 2 whole nights in a row. Adults have it tough. Amen, brother.
Your dad is an artist, right? They really do have it rough. Come to think of it, he was, wasn't he? I would very much like to see what kind of things he draws sometimes.
An artist, huh? Fucking weirdos. I'd seen a number of watercolor and acrylic paintings on display, but he had to have been doing some other job too. Just what did Dad do exactly? He didn't let anyone into his workshop after all. He's a murderer. Wanted to sneak a peek one day. So the house is empty for 2 days after all that? That didn't leave much time. For what, Mion? So, Kei-chan, did you manage to go after the character who was in your heart? Fucking weirdo. The absence of parents is a must-have for... No. Is that what this is, Mion? I don't know if y'all know what that word means. It stands for erotic game. This is not what this is!
It's not. Very much not.
Mion, you dumb. You dumb.
He built a lot of relationship points and raised all the right flags.
I have no idea what any of you are talking about. Good.
It makes sense that KH wouldn't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah,
like,
it does.
Computers aren't really a thing.
Mion
would probably have one because, you know, rich, but...
Yeah.
That means you don't need to cook for yourself anymore, Keiichi-kun. What did you make last night?
In the end, it doesn't even matter. I didn't make a single thing myself. Last night's dinner, well, it was vegetable stir-fry. Oh, wow, Kei-chan, you can make a little bit of real cooking now, huh?
You made vegetable stir-fry? Did it come out good? Did it? Renaissance, you're being unpleasant. Why are you clinging to me?
Because she knows.
A delicious meal and friendly dishwashing together. How nice. Hey, I said you're being unpleasant.
Huh? What are you talking about? Mion, utterly confused, asked me for clarification, but I just barely, albeit transparently, averted my eyes. Right. Does anyone have plans for this afternoon? You don't, do you? Do you? Today was Saturday. The beautiful day on which we're liberated from the confines of school in the afternoon. Actually, the school in Hinamizawa had slightly different Saturdays than those in the city. There were a lot of students here who brought a bento, ate it at lunch, and then went to play in the school or around the schoolyard. You could say that the entire school turned into a children's playground. There were mountains behind the school, and if you went down that way, you'd find mountain streams. You could avoid the strong sunlight and make conversation in the classroom if you wanted to. You could also play hide and seek in the construction pipes. That sounds fucking awesome, actually. Of course, you were free to go home as well. There were some kids who went home and helped water the fields or tended to stores. If Mion was bringing up the afternoon like this, then it must have been for some crazy big club event. However, sadly, I had something I needed to do before taking part in whatever it was.
You have work? That's unlucky. I wonder what kind of work it is. Maybe helping his father with his artwork job. Or being a model for his father's art? A model?
No!
Bonk! Bonk, 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 bonk.
Rena, that's weird. That's fucking weird. I looked into Rena's eyes. No.
She's thinking bad
No.
thoughts.
No. I want to do that for 1,000,000 yen. I don't blame you, Keiichi. To get rid of Rena's delusions, I grabbed her head and swung it from side to side and took out a hammer and bashed her skull in. And then Rena died.
Oh, stop!
Sorry. Leaving your fanciful delusions aside, I have something to do real quick during lunch. I'm okay to meet up with you after I'm done, though. Work during lunch? I see. That sounds kind of cool, actually. What could it be? Are you having a banquet with VIP experts? Like a business lunch? Ugh. This is truly sad, but you're right. What? Everyone shouts. What? Everyone shouts wildly, surprised. Oh, that's right. I could advance the dialogue with enter. So I don't have to have my mouse on screen for you. Because I know that bothers you. It was true. It was true. Today, I'd be on the job with my family. For my dad's job, he was having about 10 people from the publishing agency over for a house party. He called people from work for a party the day after, having stayed up 2 nights in a row. I'm amazed at their vitality. Adults have it pretty rough. Of course, it would be incredibly uncomfortable for me. It would be really tiring to have to force myself to smile at some old dudes I didn't know. But they were my dad's important business connections, so offending them would be bad. Well, with all that said, it was going to get very uncomfortable for me today, starting at lunch.
Well, well, what an intelligent child.
I think that's you. Wait, no, that's me. I think Keiichi's dad was me. This is my son, Keiichi. Keiichi, this is Honda-san. He is a publisher. And this person here, he's what? He's a car. Honda-san. And this is Toyota-san. They are both cars. And this person here is Inoue-san, who works Inoue, who works as a printer. Say your hellos. Martin, hello. Hello. My name is Keiichi. I appreciate all you've done for my father.
Keiichi-kun, do you draw pictures like your father does? I'd very much like to see them.
Okay, tasty. My dad has such
I only have so many old man voices.
It's fine.
Kicks the dirt.
My dad had such a brazen occupation, that of an artist. Although, I don't really know what kinds of things he creates. I don't really care, and don't want to see anyway. Nissan-san. Or just Nissan. That's just brother, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Dad's so tight-fisted about it, so he doesn't show them to me very often anyway. I'm not a kid anymore, so I wouldn't care at all if they were pictures of naked ladies or anything.
If you study under your father as an apprentice, you'd be able to become a great artist like him too.
Excuse me? This is just between you and me, but my dad, is he really that great of an artist? You're so fucking mean, Keiichi. I readied myself and whispered my question. It might have seemed odd for his son to be asking this, but when I did, he gave me this really strange grin and tightly clamped down onto my shoulders. The way that was spaced out was so interesting.
Yes, he is truly a fantastic artist.
Is he like a porn artist? Is that so? I'm glad to hear it.
There are no purchase restrictions. He does fan service. And he always answers the letters he gets. He is an inquisitive mind, always on the prowl for what the world needs. Taking off your socks? Absolutely not. And that goes for glasses and school uniforms, too. Mayabata-sensei understands these things perfectly. Every event sees him along the wall with a huge lineup.
I'm sorry, but his pictures, they're not ones you hang on the wall?
Not at all. In the beginning, everyone starts in the islands. And then to their corners. And finally climbing up to the corners of the larger paths. The final destination is the famous wall. You too! Please, become a great artist who can display his works in unison with Mayabata-sensei. I'll cheer you on.
It's fine to have a lot of passion for the things you like, but I didn't get it, but it seemed that the world of art ran pretty deep. It was probably a much deeper world than I could have imagined. I decided to leave it at that. Then I realized my mom was calling me from the other side of the room.
Keiichi, it's the phone. It's a friend of yours.
A lucky break. Maybe I could get out of this uncomfortable business party by using a friend's phone call as an excuse. I scampered over to the front door and I snatched up the receiver my mom had left there. It's so interesting seeing that shot of the door because it makes me uneasy thinking about chapter 1. So, like, I feel like just as the story goes on and as it, like, continues to restart the fucking summer, just, like, every part of this room is gonna make me feel uncomfortable. Hello, it's me! Aw.
Hello, me! That's not how you answer the phone, Keiichi-san. I implore you, learn how to choose your words more properly.
I was of the opinion that the person speaking to me had a far stranger way of talking. Oh, it's Satoko. It's unusual for you to call my house.
This isn't the time for pleasantries. Keiichi-san, when are you going to be able to come?
Sorry, it looks like this is going a bit long. I can't get them to let me go. I want to go do things with the club now, but...
That's not it, Keiichi-san. It wasn't about the club today. It's a real battle.
Satoko's voice was different than normal. I could feel the urgency in it drifting through the phone. A real battle? That doesn't sound good. What's the situation?
I'll explain the particulars when we meet. Anyway, this is a terrible crisis. At this rate, we're going to lose.
What on earth was going on? Could it have been a fight? I didn't know who they were, but laying a hand on someone from Hinamizawa was an absolutely terrible idea. Right. Got it. I'll come and reinforce you right away. Where are you at?
We're on the Okinamiya Elementary School campus. Okinamiya Elementary. That's so many...
That's really hard to say.
There are signs at the station, so you should be able to figure it out. Anyway, we're in a huge hurry.
The school campus. The situation could have a lot of people involved. Could it have turned into an all-out brawl? Who was the enemy here anyway? Oh, I'm on fire. Got it. I'll be there soon. Should I bring a weapon with me? Like a metal baseball bat or something? Good callback.
You have a metal bat? That would be fantastic. We will wait for you here.
The call cut off abruptly. I needed to hurry. This is strange. Oh, Keiichi. I was looking for you. Deguchi-san here was hoping that for his next doujinshi... doujinshi artist? Is that what he is? Okay. Now's not the time. Don't we have a bat? A metal bat? If not, then anything long will do. If anything long will do, then my golf clubs are in the storage room. It didn't have the same kind of impact, but a golf club was a splendid weapon too. It was lighter than a baseball bat, and maybe easier for me to use. Thanks! I'm borrowing one. I really need to go see my friends for something. It's urgent. Sorry. Oh, Keiichi! Wait a minute! Imagine your son just being like, hey, I need a weapon. Alright, thanks for your golf club. I'm gonna go help my friends. And it's like, what the fuck? I grabbed a golf club, jumped on my bike, and headed straight for town. Wait for me, Satoko. I'll be right there. Just hold out until then. I didn't actually know where Okinomiya Elementary was exactly, but Satoko's phone call seemed to demand urgency, so I rushed out without asking her about how to get there. But if I went to the station, there would be signs. At least, I feel like that's what she said. That is what she said. Then I heard the jingling of a bicycle bell from behind me. Oh, Rika.
Hello there.
Hey, Rika-chan. Ha ha.
Keiichi, you came quickly. You put the pedal to the metal.
Damn. This isn't the time to be out of breath. I need to hurry. Sorry. Where is Okinomiya Elementary?
I'll show you the way. Come along with me.
Rika-chan rode off on her bike. I followed her. Satoko suddenly called me out here, but what on earth is going on anyway?
At first, we had the advantage. However, they called in a helper.
I thought it said copter for a second.
It's bad manners.
A helper? What cowards calling for reinforcements the minute they realized they'd lose?
They're taking everyone out one by one. We can't put a dent in them.
Gulp. Sounds like they were pretty strong. Anyway, I'll ask about it later. We don't have time, right? Please hurry.
Leave it to me.
With Rika-chan leading the way, we headed straight for the elementary school grounds. I asked Rika-chan something during that time. It seemed that all of the club members besides me were part of this fight. Damn, so what Mion was trying to tell everyone was that this would happen? If I had known that, I would have just ditched my family job, but it was too late for regrets. According to Rika-chan, we had a one-sided advantage at the start, but our angry foes had brought in a powerful ally. The club members put up a resistance and went against them one by one, but apparently they couldn't stand up to them. The combined efforts of the whole club couldn't win? Just what kind of monsters is this guy?
He's amazing. This enemy is orthodox.
Orthodox. So they weren't using... What?
Like a Christian.
Like a Christian. So they weren't using thuggish brawling tactics, but had actually studied karate or something? Is that what she meant?
Keiichi is our last ray of hope now.
Okinomiya Elementary came into view. I could hear many voices raising hell over there. Ooh! Mion! Rena! Satoko! I'll be there soon! I'll crush them all at once! Keiichi, my dumb son. There were a lot of bicycles left out in front of the school. I left mine there next to them in the same way. I could tell there were a lot of people flooding the campus. Were the two armies in the midst of a huge, no-holds-barred brawl? I took my golf club in hand. Whoosh! I swung it. Felt the sensation of it sticking firmly into my palm. Great! The feedback wasn't bad. I'm gonna go all out with this thing. I'm gonna beat the shit out of some children. I dashed at a breakneck speed to the school gate, swinging it around. Come with me, Rika-chan. I will show you what the mighty, manly warrior Keiichi Maibata can really do.
Wow. Keiichi, you're so reliable. You're going to rampage with a golf club.
Rika-chan applauded me, though a little dryly, lauding my valiance. Lauding? Lauding. Okay, I was right the first time. The manly Keiichi Maibata put it behind him and headed for the place where he may die. I think I've mentioned this before, but when I was growing up, most of the words I learned, I just learned from reading to myself, and I didn't know how to pronounce like half the words I read.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's why I'm here to help.
Yeah.
But Keiichi, why did you bring a golf club today?
I had no choice. At first I figured a baseball bat would have been good, but we don't have one at my house. A golf club was far better than going barehanded, so I brought one.
How very excellent. I will give you a pat on the head. I can't wait to see your golf club rampage.
I love her. She's my favorite. Despite the emergency situation, Rika-chan reached up and stroked me on the head. Hey, this is no time for jokes! Huh? That noise. The smash noise. Just then, an extremely loud metallic sound rang out and I heard many people cheering. You want to be a young boy?
Left!
Yeah.
Ah, we missed. Run! You can get to second base! Go! Center! Calm down! Send it to third!
The center fielder caught the ball, and after a brief pause, sent it flying to third base. If he had pitched it wildly, it might get there. He gave up on second and threw it to third with time to spare. The instructions from the bench, they were solid. Wait, what?
Oh, Keiichi-kun's here. Satoko-chan, Keiichi-kun's here. You're late! Loafing around is only okay when you do it at the bread shop.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, no.
Boo this man! You don't know why yet, but boo this man!
Oh, this just
I'll
reminded
take
me.
him.
If you want to take the bastard, I forgot to post the going live message on Twitter, so I'm gonna do that as you read for this guy.
This Mayabara-kun kid, will he really be able to save us?
Hang on, this guy. Hang on, this guy.
Make him wait. Make him wait
Make
forever.
him wait. Wait, I'll make him wait. I'll make this bastard wait.
Make the coach crawl. Make him crawl on the ground.
All right. I just forgot to post the going live messages. There we go. All right. We're back. We're back at it. Back at it again. Let's go. That's you.
This Mayabara-kun kid, will he really be able to save us? We're up against that elite school's ace, left arm Kameda-kun. To be able to beat a Koshien class pitcher, he must be a god.
From what I understand, baseball is like kind of huge in Japan.
It's like the one thing that makes me wish I was like in Japan to live. Cause I love baseball, it's not a thing you can get here.
Oh god, the loaf. The
Did
loaf
someone
is
take the
floating.
loaf?
The loaf is returned. The loaf is floating behind your head now.
Yippee!
Thank you for returning
It's
the loaf.
okay, I'm sure that Keiichi-kun can turn the tables.
Oh, wait. There we go. Okay.
He's a really dependable person.
Murmur! What? He's a pitcher hitter? Or pinch hitter we brought in to take out left arm Kameda with his bullet fastball? The one who had one no-hit, no-run game after another during the regional qualifiers, the undefeated demon pitcher of Oshima. The super high school level pitcher that had already been marked by professional scouts. He's going to win against him?
Some greenhorn pitcher like that is no match for Keiichi-san. He'll send his throws all the way to the back screen for an easy victory.
Murmur. There was a slugger like that in this prefecture? I had no idea. He must have gone under the radar. Hey! That scout stood up! Hey, take a picture! His full name is Keiichi Maibara. Look him up in the database and send his history to our office. Oh, that's fucked up. Okay, you can be the man if you want.
Which one is Keiichi Mayabara? Pictures! I
Oh.
want pictures of Keiichi Mayabara on my desk before
Right now,
sundown.
pictures of Keiichi! A whole lot of sports journalists led by Satoko gripped their cameras tightly and searched for the rumored Keiichi Maibara. I'm remembering that Satoshi was into baseball.
Yes.
As for me, I was so dazed at what was happening that I was frozen in place with my golf club up in the air.
I feel like someone who plays baseball with a golf club is like just prime waiting for a weird character in an anime.
Oh yeah, that's like a JoJo character waiting to happen.
Right.
God.
Keiichi-san, over here!
The camera people stared at me through their viewfinders, and just like I had, they turned to stone. In the hands of their gallant pinch hitter, Keiichi Maibara was a golf club. Nobody could seem to understand why I was holding something like this, and at this point, neither did I. Cheep, cheep, cheep. A cold, greasy sweat dripped from me. The first one to break the inordinately awkward silence was Rena.
Keiichi-kun?
Yeah.
May we ask you a question?
Please. Please don't. Psychic waves of my entreaty flowed out of my face along with my sweat. It somehow seemed to reach the two of them. The deathly quiet reporters all parted as Moses once parted the sea. Speaking of the Bible. But Moses probably didn't go through the parted seas this quietly. If you were playing baseball, then tell me that from the start!
What? Did I not say that? I mean, I told you to come to the campus with a baseball bat. What else could you thought it was? And what manner of thinking caused you to mistakenly bring a golf club here instead? I think Keiichi-kun must have done it on purpose to lighten our moods and get us pumped. I think.
Rena smiled bitterly and covered for me with all her might. Please believe her, everyone. I'm begging you.
Keiichi loves golf. Pet pet.
Rika-chan started patting my head, a broad grin on her face all the while. I pushed her hand away, grabbed her from behind by with her suspenders and picked her up like a kitten. That's so cute.
Me.
Rika-chan, why didn't you tell me it was a baseball game when we met at the station? I wouldn't have had to suffer such a disgrace. Oh my god, she's so loud.
Nipa. There it is.
God damn it. I need to turn her down. Hang on. She scared me. My god. One moment. She's way too loud. Oh my god. Rika-chan's smile was like the sun, so incredibly innocent. She's glowing. When I saw Rika-chan's radiant smile, I couldn't help but feel like I could forgive anything she did. However, if Rika-chan thought I actually would, then she had another thing coming. Anyway, this is your punishment. Rena.
Me?
Rika-chan still plucked up in my hand. I offered her to Rena. That's right! The kittenified Rika-chan sent Rena's voltage into overcharge.
Oh, I'll take her. Rena will take her. Oh, so cute.
Oh. Spinny.
What?
Rena stuck out her tongue like a chameleon and preyed upon Rika-chan while spinning her around. Oh, okay.
Rika-chan's so cute. Rika-chan's so cute. How?
They forgot to mention that Rika sprouted cat ears. Rena held her tight as a vice and began to get her fill of rubbing her cheek into Rika-chan's. Their cheeks rubbed together tightly. This is so fucking anime. Rika-chan's face. It looked like it was being crushed by Rena's.
I do not know what has happened, but it looks like Rika has gotten her just desserts.
Yep. I recently found out that Rika-chan isn't only cute.
Oh, I got Keiichi-kun's permission. I'm gonna take you home with me.
For the moment, I just gave her a 3-minute timeout. By the way, Satoko, that urgent call was for a baseball game.
Yes, that's correct. You said you had a house party with your family. I suppose I was wrong to ask, but at times of trouble like these, you obviously must prioritize friends over family.
I felt like that's what I was supposed to be saying, not you. Well, it was just a business party for my dad, I guess. I honestly felt glad to be called out here. So, what's the crisis situation like? 6-7, which means our team is losing, huh? 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th? What the heck? This game is almost about to end.
We would have had a little more time if you'd gotten here sooner. Do you have any idea how difficult it was for us to hold out for this long?
Alright, I'm sorry. Okay, so what am I doing? Am I gonna be the pinch hitter? Just leave it to me. I may not look like it, but I went to the batting cages. The battling cages. We cage fight cages a lot before I moved here. My dad went there for fun. I used to go with him pretty often. I'm pretty confident about just hitting the bat with the ball, but yeah. A tremendous sound rang out, the likes of which I'd never heard before. The catcher's mitt trembled, sending up a light cloud of dust, telling me the tremendous sound had come from the ball. Hey, now, wait a second. What's up with the crazy fastball, anyway?
Surprised?
Yeah. That's a bona fide Koshien level pitcher. Don't you know about Left Arm Kamede-kun? The high school ace famous in sports magazines? Sorry, can't say I do. Wait, Mion? What happened to you? Mion showed up, and to my surprise, she was wrapped up in bandages. Yeah, it sure looks like it. Must be on her legs that we can't see. Just what on earth happened? They didn't want to draw another sprite.
Well, you came late, so I guess we need to explain from the beginning.
Oh, huh? Done with Rika-chan?
Yep. I had a lot of fun, and she's so cute. She's so soft and fluffy and squishy. Oh, I could just eat her cheeks for 3 meals a day.
What a fucking weirdo. What a fucking freak.
What?
What does this mean?
What did she mean by this? I wonder how Rika-chan's cheeks taste. What? What is wrong with you fucking freak weirdo children? It almost flipped to my own delusion switch. No. You're not an adult. Stop saying that. I mean, you are compared to Rika, but... Okay, explain away. How did things get screwed up enough that Koshien relief pitcher ended up in a baseball game for fun? Everyone exchanged glances. Then, Rena spoke for all of them.
At first, well, it was just a normal baseball game.
It's nothing much. Just a little grudge match between the Hinamizawa fighters and the Okinomiya Titans. We were just having a grand old time. Really, nothing much.
Well, in simpler terms, it was an intramural match. A match to settle the grudge between Hinamizawa and Okinomiya. We say grudge, but it's all pretty peaceful and friendly.
So why is our whole club a part of it? Some of you are wearing uniforms and some aren't. Last I checked, we weren't the school baseball team.
That is, well, it was pretty irresponsible.
And they happened to have some players who couldn't make it today. They were pretty down in the dumps, so we ended up getting involved post-haste. I see. So, if there weren't enough members, anyone could come to the rescue, whether boy or girl, and no matter what grade they were in. That jumbled together feeling was the hallmark of our school. But Rika-chan told me we were crushing them at the beginning.
Mia's an amazing batter. She was hitting home runs left and right.
Mion proudly stuck out her chest. Doing so seemed to hurt her somehow, and she groaned pathetically.
Oh.
Poor Mion.
Yes! Every time Mion-san went up to bat, she hit a home run and brought everyone on the bases in.
Unlike Satoko, she can actually hit the ball.
Said Rika. I'm sorry, I skipped it.
Meep.
Alright, I think I got the gist of it. So you were having a pretty easy time until that Koshien pitcher showed up. That's right. It was all of us at the beginning. Maybe we didn't get all that many points, but we were always getting people on the bases.
And Kameda-kun just happened to show up to watch the game today.
Apparently, Kameda attends a fairly well-known school in our prefecture that frequently sent people to Koshien. And this man, known as the ace of their baseball team, Kameda, seemed to be quite skilled. Now that I thought about it, it was certainly strange to see cameramen with journalist armbands here to watch a casual baseball game out in the sticks like this.
I heard that when Kameda was little, he was on the I can't fucking speak Japanese today. Okinomiya Titans. Ah! You figured it out, right? His old team was losing, so that's why he jumped in as relief pitcher and took the mound. Now it's just trouble. We can't even hit any foul balls, much less get anyone on base.
But still, a Koshien pitcher barging in. It's unfair! We're just playing for fun!
All the boys wearing the Hinamizawa Fighters uniform were hanging their heads in disappointment. I knew almost all of their faces. Isn't everyone here a classmate? Oh, I see. We're the only school in Hinamizawa after all. Oh, it's Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun. You were on the baseball team too? Oh, I think I was Okamura. Wait, who was I?
Yeah, I think I was Tomita.
Okay.
My Abara-san.
His uniform was brand new, and not very dirty, fresh off the presses. I could see handmade banners with their names written on them in the grandstands. I see, their families came to root for them in their debut game today.
Okamura said he just got his bat today as a present from his dad.
The brand new bat sparkled. With that kind of present, a man just has to perform well.
He practiced swinging a whole lot just for today. Tomita-san, well, he went too far, and he tore the skin off his hand, see? Unfortunately.
Oh, that sucks. His torn hand looked like it hurt, but from that injury, you could sense his backbone. I get it, guys. You wanted to make your big moment a good one. The savior of the Okinomiya Titans. You could hear the sounds of this Kameda-kun's... I keep wanting to say Komida. That's not it. Kameda-kun's tremendous...
Danganronpa.
Yeah. Kameda-kun's tremendous fastball practice. This was no joke. He was definitely on a level far above high school kids, but at his level, he clearly shouldn't have been interrupting a grass lot game, grudge match though it may have been. He should have understood how much better he was, too. I think he does. That's why he did it. This guy. Was he being serious against opponents like these?
Yep. Rena thinks it's immature.
Rena's eyes grew harsh. Took a lot to get Rena mad. As for Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, they were sniffling, fighting back tears. We heard another tremendous noise from the mitt. I turned around, and this left-arm Kameda-kun guy was looking at us and grinning boldly.
Anyway, that's how it is. Now that it's come to this, we have no choice. We have to engage in real battle.
Yeah, looks like we have to get serious.
Yep, and then we tried getting serious. But then Nichan went out with a bang.
Mion, embarrassed, scratched her head and a moment later doubled over in pain. Went out with a bang, but how on earth did she end up getting injured like this?
It would take a really long time to explain. The one thing I can say is that she came up empty even though she pushed herself that hard.
I risked my life, and I couldn't even get 1 point. Our secret plan did nothing, and now we're very sad.
I couldn't even imagine what sort of secret plan it was, but it must have been crazy enough to get her that badly hurt. Still, though, we're still playing baseball thanks to you failing, right?
Yep, maybe Michan's last result wasn't very baseball-like, I think. We have no other recourse now, do we? It means that we need to settle the score front and center, in a manner befitting a baseball game.
That's right. We have to settle it like baseball.
I think normal people would have given up and gone for a frontal attack. But as a member of our club, I wasn't about to accept that so easily. Like baseball? I don't know. If we look at it like a baseball game, then we can't be picky, can we?
It's our club's creed after all. That's correct.
But there we go. Okay.
We can't be picky. That's the virtue of our club. Oh!
This game is so picky about when I can use enter and when I can't. It's annoying me. Rena and Satoko laughed to each other delightfully. Like sometimes I will hit enter after I move my mouse and it's like, oh, what? No. Right. It wasn't really a virtue we could brag about, but the best thing about our club was that we never rolled over and gave up.
But the cameras are all watching very closely, so it will be hard to cheat.
Rika-chan spread her arms wide, indicating the array of reporters in the bleachers. She was right. With all those cameramen watching us through those cameras with giant telephoto lenses, foul play would be fairly tough.
That's right. That's the bottleneck. Everyone's eyes are on us. We can't be too bold. Ow.
I never did think Nichan's ways were very ladylike, though.
Satoko and Rika-chan both nodded behind Rena.
Would you like some testosterone, Michan?
Yes, please.
I think that would heal me.
Then let's get down to business. Our team is down 1 run right now.
Plus, it's the bottom of the 9th, and we already have 2 outs.
If this old man's plan had gone better, we'd have our bases loaded right about now. But I got exploded.
There is no point in lamenting a failed plan. Our club never loses heart and always goes on to the next one.
Satoko said eagerly, trying to cheer up the downcast Mion, whose secret plan had failed. It may have failed, but Satoko still seemed to have another. Satoko, you seem pretty cheerful, which means you've got something up your sleeve, eh?
Keiichi-kun? Who do you think she is? It's Satoko-chan, you know? You know, Satoko Hojo-chan.
That was right. We called her Trap Master Satoko, didn't we? She would ensnare her opponent at the perfect moment, the very end. Everyone in our club knew that we could never, ever let our guards down against Satoko. I may have taught her, but she's grown a lot and doesn't seem to want to stop. Sometimes even I'm astonished at how she overcomes such slim margins. By the way, me bats next, then Satoko. We were losing by 1 point, so if we could get the next runner on a base, then the runner after that could hit a big one and end the match. And that final batter was Satoko?
See? You feel like we can win now, right?
I can't imagine what she's got set up, but it's got to be some kind of trap for sure. If I were the opposing pitcher, I'd definitely walk her. Walk her? There was no way Satoko was going to hit a home run, even in my dreams. I know sports. But if she was going to stand in the batter's box normally, without any kind of plan, I can't think of anything else she could do. Let's go the Mets, baby! It's the Mets!
Up the Mets. Let's go the Mets.
That meme is so funny to me because my stepmom is really big into the Mets, so I'm like, let's go every time she's watching baseball. And the fact that you called me here, I see. I think I know where this is going. It meant that I was a necessary piece of Satoko's trap.
I'm excited. I wonder what Satoko will do.
I can't wait to see Satoko's walk-off home run either. Kei-chan is indispensable for this. Understand? This is our last chance at creating an upset. We absolutely cannot fail.
So, I know Mion has been calling Keiichi, like, Kei-chan from, like, the start. But I haven't really processed it. It's kind of, what's the word? Not feminizing, but Chan is usually used for tiny babies like Rika and Satoko.
Yes, it's diminutive.
Yes, that's a better word. So it's just funny that Mion uses Kei-chan all the time. It's like, that's not what you should be using. It's
No.
you're calling him a little baby man, basically. And I just wanted to point that out to people who don't really know a whole lot of Japanese, but
He doesn't seem to mind.
yeah, he doesn't care. He's just like, whatever. And I think in Japanese, Mion calls herself Oji-san, which is literally, she's just calling herself Mr. Old Man. So that's why she says this old man, talking about herself all the time. It's funny. Anyway, that was a little side trivia. Yippee. Kei-chan is indispensable for this. Understand? This is our last chance at creating an upset. We absolutely cannot fail. Right. That much I know for sure. Just watch. Satoko and I will give you all front row seats to the greatest turnaround victory of all time.
Then I'll explain your instructions, Keiichi-san. Lend me your ear for a moment.
Satoko and I huddled up in a hidden place and held a briefing that anyone watching could tell was suspicious.
I wonder what Mayabara-san and Hojo are talking about.
I pray it's not some crazy trick like the one the president used.
Our teammates, Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, seemed very nervous. Rena gave them a wide smile, trying to dispel their anxiety.
It'll be okay, everyone. Satoko-chan and Keiichi-kun will be able to pull this off for us. But Ryugu-san, we're up against a Kosien pitcher. I don't know if Satoko's traps will be much good.
Now everyone, be silent and watch. You're gonna get to see an interesting game.
Mion, who knew everything about to transpire, looked like she was having a hard time stifling the laughter bubbling up within her. She was so terrifying as an enemy, but so reliable as an ally. Mion waved her hands at the umpire. We've got a pinch hitter. I, Mion Sonozaki, am switching out with Keiichi Maibara.
Are you sure he'll be alright?
No. The umpire turned an uneasy gaze on the pinch hitter, who had jumped in with a golf club.
Don't underestimate Keiichun now.
Keiichun? What the fuck
Keiichun.
just happened to me?
The members of our club were the only ones grinning with wholehearted confidence. Next time on Higurashi, when they cry, they're gonna play baseball in a thunderstorm.
Higurashi when they ball.
Higurashi when they ball. Higurashi, but published by 4Kids. I'm sure that's something out there. Satoki's plan was definitely simple, but...
Satoki?
Satoki? Satoko's plan. I was mixing Satoshi and Satoko for some reason.
It's okay.
Satoko's plan was definitely simple. But scrupulous? Scrupulous?
Scrupulous.
That's it. Okay. It even looked like the entire situation had gone according to our calculations. The fact that we were... What?
According to Kaikaku.
All according to Keikaku. The fact that we were losing by 1 point. The fact that I had come late. The fact that Satoko was the last batter. It even felt kind of like this had been set up before the game started. There had been a long timeout since I got here, and during that time, the opposing pitcher, Kamede-kun, took a bathroom break. Even that felt calculated. No, this is Satoko we're talking about, so maybe she gave him a laxative somehow, calculated to get him to use the bathroom at this exact moment. And while he was a long way off, shut up in the bathroom, our plan would begin. The opposing pitcher, Kamede-kun, there he was. In front of the urinal, pleasantly taking care of business. He thought it was only natural he would win at a grass lot game like this and relaxed enough to relieve himself without a care in the world. Maybe that's how he wanted to appear. However, his relaxed state was itself our chance. Right now, you've already conceded to our club. I, too, casually walked into the bathroom. There were 3 urinals. Kamede-kun was doing his business at the farthest one. I went to the one next to him. Oh, that's a power move! Normally, you would leave one urinal open. Kamede-kun seemed to notice me. I had stood right next to him after all. You can be Kameda.
What? Look who it is! The big pinch hitter.
He recalled seeing me swing the golf club around like an idiot, and he couldn't seem to resist the urge to laugh. I, however, wasn't frustrated in the slightest. The match had already been won the moment I arrived. The game had been decided as a big upset for our team, so now all I had to do was push things along exactly how Satoko planned. I'm the one who should be laughing.
Fun fact, Kameda does not exist in the anime at all.
Wow! That doesn't surprise me.
I wonder if Keiichi-kun can do it.
Challenge.
He will be fine.
Challenge pissing. Sorry.
When Keiichi-san is serious, he can do this much more. He can do this much before breakfast.
Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun, our underclassmen, asked another question with much trepidation.
Is Maibara-san really going to be able to beat that pitcher?
You don't feel any confidence in Kei-chan after being in the same class with him?
No.
Someday, he could be strong enough to control all of humanity.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Join Kei-chan, and you could easily rule the world.
You're insane.
The world? Our teammates exchanged glances. Did Maibara-senpai really have such incredible strength? Just what kind of strength could that be? Senpai. It's really hard to translate senpai.
It is. It has like basically no equivalent in the West.
It's like somebody you just like really look up to. I remember like I just want, as an aside, there was a point in time, and this hasn't happened in a long time, where not any time, but I would reply to somebody, and they would go, "Oh my god, senpai noticed me," and I block them immediately because I hate that shit.
Good.
I'm a person, I'm not a senpai. Fuck you. Anyway.
The best
the best analogous relationship that I can think of is like an apprentice and their master in like a job setting, but that doesn't translate to school basically at all because like I don't know if it's the same way in the US. If you were in different years to another person and you weren't related to them, you basically didn't interact ever.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Sorry, adjusting. But nah, a little aside about senpais. But anyway, my question caused Kameda-kun to stare in bewilderment, and for a moment he didn't know what to say.
Sorry. I don't think I heard you right. Could you say that again?
I challenge you to challenge pissing. I smiled thinly, looked straight ahead, and said it once more, clearly. I'll say it one more time. Let us win. Ah. Right to the point. No threats or beating around the bush or anything. Kameda's brain couldn't figure out the meaning of what I'd said, and I could clearly tell he was confused.
What are you, some kind of moron? Let you win? Are you insane?
I've relayed our demands. What's your reply? Yes or no?
It goes without saying. Like hell I'll let you win. Is your brain broken?
Kameda didn't hide his bewilderment. He didn't want to be around someone who would babble on like this for another second. Those thoughts spilled into his expression, and he quickly moved to leave the bathroom. Kameda-kun, what does victory mean for you?
That's a dumb question. Priceless. Absolute. Supremacy. Nothing else can change it.
He grinned lightly as he answered as if to make fun of me. How like a sportsman to say that. Victory decides all. No one can change that.
Of course not. No matter what kind of threats or bribes you come to me with, there is nothing valuable enough to make me abandon victory.
I was waiting for those words. I, after spinning around 3.5 times, pointed right at Kameda's face. Then don't you think you should ask? Something worth abandoning your precious victory for? What kind of compensation you could be given?
What are you saying, stupid? Baka. There's nothing that could make me do that.
He was denying it, but he stopped. He stopped. He was waiting. He was waiting for me to present some attractive conditions. In a magazine interview, you said your favorite foods are grilled meat and that you don't like sweets. Hey, me too, buddy. But you lied about that, didn't you?
What?
For example, let's say you went to a grilled meat buffet. What exactly would be on your plate? Pork loin, Korean barbecue, a pile of beef tongue? That sounds awesome. That wouldn't be it. You wouldn't bring meat with you. It would be all the pudding and gelatin and cake you could eat. The kinds a girl would love. Pretty, cute, and sweet. You love Western treats like that, don't you? Kameda's face turned utterly pale. Our club already knew that he ate a mountain of desserts when he went to the grilled meat buffet. And we were what?
What a waste.
What a waste. We were well aware of his embarrassment at his weakness for sweets despite his age. Kameda-kun couldn't possibly have known that the particular grilled meat buffet chain in Shishibone City, it's a city, right? I just put that in there, was owned by a member of the Sonozaki family. I have to be careful when I go out to eat with my parents from now on.
Who wouldn't go straight for the sweets? Anyone over 12, Jam.
I mean, me. I don't like sweets. That's me, though.
Sweets are for after your dinner, child. No, I love the hearty bone-in...
No! What you like is gentle, soft, cute piles of desserts topped with colorful creams. Fellas, I'm gonna bring this joke back, I'm sorry. Fellas, is it gay to eat sweets? It almost makes you think of a girl adorned in frills and ribbons, pure, ignorant of shame, cute desserts like those girls, so clear and clean. And with your acne-laden face, your sports cut, and your lust in full display, you sully them. Crunch, crunch, munch, munch.
Shut up!
The most fragile masculinity. Yeah. That's right. You eat desserts, but you don't love them. You just dirty them. You violate them. You eschew them. All you do is relish in the enjoyment of soiling them.
That's right, Miss Gilly.
Only
Miss Lacay, my
gays. Only the gays enjoy Twinkies. Sorry.
Also, Jam, it's okay to like sweets.
We're joking.
But if you're going,
We're
but if you're going
joking.
you're going to a buffet, and like you have all these delicious meals prepared for you en masse, and you're going straight to the fucking candy?
No.
My God.
You can have. See, okay. When I go to like a buffet, I do have a little bit of sweets just to like try them, because sometimes I do like you know, I do like pastries and I do like certain things. I don't like overload. I want to sample them all and see. Usually at Chinese buffets, all the desserts suck ass though, but I still want to try them. But yeah, I usually get a little bit of everything like savory first, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try a little bit of dessert. Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's just like when you go to a big old buffet and you just go to the desserts, what are you doing?
There's so much joy that you could be experiencing otherwise.
There's so much joy you could be experiencing with the meats. With that meats.
That's a great thing to say right as the ad break ends.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome back, everyone. We're talking about meat.
Oh, I'm glad you can see the ad notification now.
Yes.
Cool. Sick. My secret. My secret
pleasure has been found out. I can't go on living. I have to die. Seppuku in this bathroom.
Oh no! Everyone knows I'm gay and like to eat sugary pastries. You idiot! Don't end your life so easily. Kerslam! I hit him on the side of the head as hard as I could. Kamida-kun fell down like a girl. What was that?
How does one fall? What was that?
I don't know. It was loud.
I heard that, like, briefly.
His eyes started watering and he broke down.
I'm probably the only one in the world who thinks those things while eating desserts. I'm nothing but a pervert pretending to be a proper sportsman.
Man. Okay, so all that shit that Keiichi was making up is true. You fucking weirdo. It's like it's like Legoshi.
Yeah.
That's right. You're pervert.
Yeah.
That's right. You heard it here, folks. If you eat dessert, you're a pervert.
It's so true.
It's real. This time I didn't hit him. Instead, I clapped my hands down onto his shoulders. Do not cry, Kameda. What's wrong with a man being a pervert?
True.
It's fair.
A
man ought to be a pervert, but admitting it sets a man apart from those below him. You've been honest to yourself. You can brag about that. You can be arrogant about it. You can be proud of yourself. Instead of blaming him, I told him to have pride in himself, and Kameda-kun couldn't hide his confusion. Yes! I have been deeply moved by what you've shown me. Desserts are nothing but sweet foods eaten after meals. That's what I thought this whole time, but I was mistaken. It's a sex thing, and you showed me that. Thanks to you, starting tomorrow, I will be able to enjoy my desserts in a completely different way. For example, strawberry shortcake. Strawberry shortcake. Kamede's throat cried out. Oh, it's the cafe. Simplicity. What the fuck is gonna happen here?
Stupid.
The simplicity of strawberry shortcake. Indeed, it's somehow old-fashioned, like the orthodox maids from the gaudy times of the late 1800s, not those flirty maids with short skirts we have now. Make dessert great again.
No.
An orthodox, fully dressed, authentic maid. It's just strawberries, but please. Why, Keiichi? I could not prepare anymore. What?
Stop this.
What?
No.
No. What the fuck is happening here? Why? Ryuishi's barely disguised fetish.
Yeah, let's just move on.
I'm moving
We get the
past
idea.
this.
He's a pervert for cakes.
He's a pervert.
He's more of a pervert for the implication of like the preparatory of the cakes and like
That's
having a
fucking weird.
proper girl make a sweet for him.
Okay.
But like whatever.
Kameda, I'll say it one more time. Let us win.
That would.
Then fine. I won't rely on you. I rejected Kameda outright and turned on my heel. Enough! We've lost this game. It's over. I don't care about it anymore. Instead, once this game is over, why don't I head down to Angel Mort and get all you can eat of those, shut up. Shut up, motherfucker. Tonight will be the greatest feast I have ever known.
All you can eat?
Despite this being the bathroom, Kameda-kun put both his hands on the floor. Oh, that's gross.
I was wrong!
What's wrong, Kameda-kun? If you have something to say, then say it.
This is the first time I've met someone like you. Until now, I've always thought there was something wrong with me.
There is.
And I had to have fun secretly. Well, no, there's nothing wrong with having a fetish. Just like,
Yeah,
don't
that's
admit it to
fair.
a stranger in a bathroom.
Yeah. What are you waiting for, you tiny man? I already said admitting your perversion is what separates the boys from the men. You are a man entitled to pride. Now, reach out your hand and show me how great you really are. Come with me and accept that it is our world.
I think this is what happened in the Barbie movie when Ken, like, discovered the patriarchy.
I'm gonna watch that movie now. I love that movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a good fucking movie. I just needed
Other noises.
I needed to point out to my fellow either former or current Kingdom Hearts fans when he was like, take my hand, I just imagined Riku in the opening to Kingdom Hearts reaching out his hand with the water behind him.
Isn't that the one they put bugs in?
Yeah. I don't know the context of it's Riku. They put bugs in him. I don't know what the context is with that.
I have to imagine it's some Nightmare Before Christmas shit.
Probably. I don't know.
Because Oogie Boogie's made... spoilers for the Nightmare Before Christmas, I guess.
He's made of
Oogie
bugs.
Boogie's made of spiders and bugs and things.
Kameda-kun was crying tears of gratitude, unable to speak. That was the moment we exchanged the most zealous handshake the world has ever known. The handshake of the bond of our souls, ardent and intense, tight and steadfast. For a long time, we remained that way. It was an enthusiastic handshake, as though we were two brothers separated at birth, embracing each other tightly, as though it would give us back the time we had spent apart. What's up?
They don't put bugs in that Riku. What the fuck do you mean?
There are
that
so
Riku?
many Rikus.
I hate Kingdom Hearts.
It's Repliku, I think.
Shut up!
That's the fandom given name for
Okay,
Replica
that's
Riku.
slightly better.
Okay.
That's slightly better, but also stop.
There's a
you should.
I don't
You
know.
you should only be allowed 2 of any given character
There's so
at
many.
any one point.
There's so many Rikus.
Stop.
There's also Riku with 2 Ks from Final Fantasy X in Kingdom Hearts. And she's a
kill
girl.
I'm gonna kill someone. I hate Kingdom Hearts. Oh my god.
Aren't there 12 Gokus? I don't watch I never watched Dragon Ball, so I don't know shit.
I also don't watch Dragon Ball.
I never watched it.
I only watch good shows. Sorry.
I feel like I don't know. I don't think I would like Dragon Ball personally, but I appreciate the impact it has made.
Also, if Charles is here, I'm sorry. I love you. I promise that I don't think that Dragon Ball is bad. I promise. I'm just joking.
That was the moment the man who would pass into legend for eating so much during Angel Mort's all-you-can-eat dessert day that he was banned from the restaurant forevermore was born.
His insides must be fucking obliterated.
He would eventually write in his autobiography that our meeting this day was fate, but none of that had anything to do with this. Then, until later. For now, just play the game the way I described it. With just that, I turned on my heel and made to leave the bathroom, and then Kameda-kun stopped me. Can we end this bullshit, Kameda?
At least tell me your name.
Who, me? Huh. My name is Keiichi Maibara. No. Kinda didn't feel like using my real name. Anyway, maybe I should lie to him and use a code name. Just call me K. hate this
That is
boy.
such a thing that a teenager would find cool.
Wait, was that actually an embarrassing name? Yeah. I left the bathroom behind me in a quick pace, hiding my embarrassment. But from what I heard later, I apparently looked quite gallant coming out like that.
Satoko Takeichi-san, how did things go?
Keiichi to Satoko. Negotiation successful. We settled on he and I getting all-you-can-eat dessert at Angel Mort. Mio, no problem, right? 2 guests for Angel Mort's all-you-can-eat dessert. Roger that. I'll set it up. Now I'm curious if we'll ever see Shion again. Don't tell me the answer to that. But
Smiles.
don't. I'm scared.
I am actually quite interested in how you negotiated with him.
I'm not. And I experienced
It was entirely too long.
It was too long.
They had a really fun talk about how delicious dessert is, probably. Probably. How?
Cool. It became sex. After that, the game started again. I entered the batter's box as a pinch hitter in place of Mion, but all of the pieces were already in place. The straight pitch whipped by me like a bullet, true to its name. The camera people raised their voices in wonder and clicked their shutters. A sharp pitch as always. He's really going places this summer, isn't he? That golf club pinch hitter is standing straight up, too. Hee hee. But doesn't Kameda-kun look a little strange? It's like he's got a cold sweat. Patted my shoulders with my bat and then sneered at him in a relaxed voice. What's wrong, Kameda-kun? Not feeling well today? Oh, we get to see him.
Oh, he gets a Sprite.
Wow. Gah.
For some reason, I was imagining him fatter. I was imagining him as quite a portly young boy.
Maybe the original Sprite was. I don't know. I mean, if he eats a lot of sweets, he'd probably be chunkier. Probably.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining.
Yeah. I couldn't swing at the ball because I was too busy laughing at it. Was that all you got?
You little.
The next pitch, with the same incredible speed as before it, curved sharply and should have thrown off the batter's skill. But Keiichi didn't move at all. He just watched coolly. You don't need any little tricks on a straight pitch, Kameda-kun. Do people fall for those curves a lot? Batters around here, that is? Both the reporters and all the people watching noticed something was strange here. Was Oshima's Kameda, the pitcher who conquered Koshien, losing the mental battle? The next straight pitch had incredible speed again, but it went a little wild. It was a ball! Whoa. I snorted, not even bothering to get ready for it. What, Kameda-kun? Scared of going right down the middle? Everyone calls you the best. You'd never walk the batter.
Shit.
The abnormal, unexpected situation spread confusion throughout the reporters.
What is he? Who is this Keiichi Mayabata? How can he be so relaxed on the face of that supreme fastball? He's just bluffing. He knows he can't win. Kamada would never throw a ball that an insincere guy like that could hit. No, I don't think it's a bluff. They say that at a high level you can see right through others. Kamada is without a doubt one of the best. Which must mean he can see through to that mysterious man's true value.
Sorry, I was drinking my coffee. A really business person looking guy took off his sunglasses and gazed upon Keiichi.
Is this... Could it be?
The idiot pinch hitter who came in cheering them on with a golf club was actually a genius.
I'm sure baseball has long since lost its charm for him, and now he's trying to switch over to golf. A genius slugger making a transfer into the golf world.
I just want to drink my coffee. What a tremendous loss for baseball. Stop the presses. We're changing up our sports columns. Oh. Ball.
Now it's a full count.
The successive production was, of course, all being dramatized by Satoko. The big shots constantly had their eyes on Kameda-kun. If he were to lose easily, they knew the match would have to have been fixed. Perhaps she wanted this little play of ours to create a mood where it wouldn't be strange for Kameda-kun to lose, but Satoko, isn't this going too far?
Do your best now, Keiichi-san. Today, this game. Tomorrow, all of baseball.
I'm so glad her oh-ho-hos aren't getting cut out this stream. Because they were every time last stream, and I was like, man, I'm sad. I don't want any scouts actually coming after me. I'm terrified of what would happen when the jig is up. Wait, I can't be making nervous faces right now.
Ball! Base on balls!
Oh boy, balls. Have you gotten scared, Kamida-kun? I thought you were better than this. Kamida-kun hung his head in feigned dejection.
Kei-san, I did all this according to plan, right?
Yeah. Well done, Kamida-kun. Keep going like this for the next batter. Let's wrap this thing up and then...
We'll go get all we can eat.
Grin! Kamida-kun and I exchanged evil smiles. For some reason, there were a lot of camera flashes right then. It seemed like our dear journalist friends took it as two worthy rivals smiling to acknowledge each other's strength. As I trotted over to first base, the camera flashes continued almost to the point where they were annoying. When I got to the first base, one of the reporters came over for an interview.
Mayabara-kun, do you plan on settling the score with Kamida-kun and Koshien?
Things seemed like they were about to get too big for me. Maybe I should just be honest and confess that I'm not really into baseball. Koshien, I've never been interested in Japanese baseball. Sorry. Whoa! This man, right from the start, he was always aiming for the world. He might become Japan's first ever big leaguer. What? The conversation was getting fantastically out of hand. Oh, I don't care anymore. I'll strike a guts pose for the cameras in desperation. Yes! Kei-chan got on base just as planned.
Next, Satoko-chan is at bat. What will she do?
Sorry if y'all can hear that dog barking. There's nothing I can do about it.
It's fine. It's in the distance.
The window is closed.
The
dog is that loud.
I just hear, like, very, very quietly.
It adds to the ambience.
It does. Hello, Red Light.
All right then. Time to get that walk-off home run and win it all.
Satoko stepped up to the plate, waving the bat around. The reporters couldn't hold back their laughter, maybe because they had just seen his battle with me. Maibara-kun finally got on base, but now it's all over. I see. So this is why Kamida-kun intentionally walked him. He didn't even fight it. He waited for an easier opponent for the final out. But to avoid a direct confrontation like that, we cannot make light of him. That Keiichi Maibara.
All right. Come on now, Kameda-san.
You making fun of me? Who do you think I am anyway? No! Mayabara-san was one thing, but you think I'll lose to the likes of you?
Whenever this girl stepped up to bat, she had swung wildly and missed, striking out every time. This might sound rude, but however much Kameda-kun holds back, I don't think she'll be able to hit a home run. I could hear the reporters declaring that there was no way a comeback would happen. Wait, what? Satoko, she swung wildly and missed every single time she stepped up to bat? She swung after the sound had ended, completely mistiming it. I could hear disappointed voices coming from those rooting for Hinamizawa. It's only natural. Every single batter has struck out. Even if worse came to worse, no one would get a hit. And that's why it didn't sound strange when Kameda-kun said this.
I can't take it seriously with someone like you. I'll give you a chance. I'll throw the next one slow and underhanded. I'll let you get a hit or two so you can go home and brag to Mommy.
Of course, these lines were all part of the plot too. From out of the corner of his eye, Kameda-kun gives me a look. Was that all right? Yeah. You did great. It looked very natural, Kameda. You are a splendid actor.
No, compared to Kei-san, I'm nothing.
She was like flirting. That's weird. Even that exchange was seen as heated and enthusiastic by the reporters.
But Kei-san, However slowly I pitch, can this girl really hit it?
Don't worry and throw the ball like we planned. I think I've got a good idea of how this will turn out. Our exchange over, Kameda-kun moved from set position into a pitching stance. Isn't Keiichi, like, on first base or something?
Yes.
He's, like, beaming this to Kameda-kun's mind. Aw, she's so cute.
Come then, throw your merciful pitch. I'll hit a huge home run off of it.
She had struck out every time she was at bat. When I heard that, my vague ideas became firm beliefs, and out of Kameda-kun's hand came a slow, lazy pitch, as though they were playing catch. Normal people would probably be able to hit it, but for Satoko, who had been striking out the whole time, just when people started to think that way, the members of our club had already realized that Satoko's trap had begun. It was true. Striking out constantly today had all been laying the groundwork for this moment, an act, all to make it feel like Kameda-kun letting off the gas wasn't strange at all, which meant, in other words, that Satoko... Damn. Whoa! She got it! Look at it go!
I don't even need to run, do I?
The super huge home run Satoko hit disappeared over the roof of the school. The reporters lost their words at the sight, and then roars of applause. Despite this being what we'd anticipated, I can't help but stare in mute amazement at the gorgeous home run. Satoko strutted over to first base.
Come on, what are you doing, Keiichi-san? Second base is that way.
Satoko, you're really good at baseball. Satoko grinned, showing her fang-like canines in reply. Come to think of it, she played baseball a lot with Tomita-kun and the others during lunch, didn't she? The fact that they always invited her to play meant she was by no means bad at it. And you purposefully struck out all those times? Since before Kameda-kun even got here? Jeez, you've really got something for every occasion.
I say this all the time, do I not? I only have one trap. And when everything is about to come to a conclusion, it's enough that I don't even have to worry. Ho 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 ho!
Damn it, that sounded kinda cool. Basically, she was just bragging about hitting the ball, but when Satoko did it, it looked so cool. We crossed home plate in order, me, then Satoko, and completed our walk-off home run. Our teammates welcomed us back with their blessings. My Bada-san, that was amazing, totally cool. I never thought it would happen. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun praised me. How about that, Tomita-kun, Okamura-kun? I turned things around just fine.
Rena thinks you were cool too. Good work.
Ha! It was nothing. I briskly clapped my hand against Rena's outstretched palm. Satoko did brilliantly too. She gave us a spectacular ending.
Who do you think I am? Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Man, can't underestimate her. Satoko Hojo. Kei-chan was great too. Winning Kameda over like that. He is a magician of words. Is he? Kind of, yeah. Rika-chan, I don't think that's a compliment.
But really, only Keiichi-san could have pulled off such a drastic move. I wouldn't have been able to do it myself. I would very much like you to teach me sometime.
If Satoko learned such displays of power, that's terrifying to even imagine. I'd prefer it if you didn't mimic me. After declaring the match over, the umpire came to us. Hello, fucker.
Well, You actually won. I'm shocked.
We said Satoko could hit it, didn't we? You didn't believe us at all. The umpire scratched his head apologetically and apologized to Satoko, smiling dryly.
And Keiichi-kun was amazing too, wasn't he? Keiichi-kun is actually the most reliable person here.
Well, when I saw him come in with that golf club, I certainly had my doubts, but that breathtaking battle against Kameda-kun had me on the edge of my seat.
Right, that breathtaking farce. I quirked a wry smile. Not even the Buddha would have realized that while everyone thought this was a fair match, Kameda-kun and I were thinking about our evil dessert-violating ways. I'll never be able to eat dessert again. Excuse me, coach? You remember your promise, do you not?
This is where I have to spoil you on a very small mystery
Uh-oh.
because you wouldn't get it because of how it works in Japanese.
Okay.
The word that Mion uses here in Japanese is kantoku,
Okay.
which is the same word that they used in Chapter 1 to refer to the director.
Oh! So she
Kantoku
refers...
can refer to manager, director, coach,
Coach?
anything like that.
Oh! Okay, I don't think that, like, is... I mean, if I had spoken Japanese, you
You
know,
would get it.
I would get
This
it.
is why I'm saying it here now.
Okay. So, thank you for clearing that up. I'm gonna finish my coffee
It's
real quick.
something that, like, people in English are, like, really confused about because it's made such a big deal about in Chapter 1 at the end, and then it's never brought up again because it's used in a different context.
Mhm. This is-
Yeah, this is... I guess I have no choice.
We did it! We did it! Keiichi-kun, this means we're having a barbecue meetup tomorrow.
I also, because I didn't bring up the director thing, because that was a while ago in Chapter 1.
It was a while ago.
To remind people of the lines about the director. At the end of Chapter 1, Mion and Rena injected Keiichi with some fucked up juice that made him claw his throat out eventually. But they were like, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna show you to the director, or we're gonna bring you to the director. So I guess we know who the director is now. But yeah. Barbecue. Rena clapped her hands, and we all began to dance with joy. Tomita-kun and our other teammates were jumping up and down too. What's that about? A barbecue meetup? Hey, wait, what on earth are you talking about? We're gonna eat some people.
Oh! We made it a promise that if we won today's game, he'd treat us to a barbecue party with all kinds of high-class meats. It wasn't looking good for a while when Kamada-kun appeared, but thanks to Keiichi-san, we've won that privilege.
I see. So that's what this was about. It was certainly not a game we could have lost.
Irie's big wallet will be so sad. So sad.
You're right about that, but I did make a promise.
When we eat, we do it without any mercy. We need to feed our growing bodies, after all. All right, everyone. Tomorrow we dine like kings. Yeah! Yeah!
Fuck this man, but also sorry to this man for having to feed a baseball team's worth of hungry children.
That's fine. All the members of the Hinamizawa fighters raised their fists high in the air and cheered. Rika-chan was petting the head of the umpire, who was smiling painfully at the off-kilter remarks. He gave her his head and looked like he was about to cry. It looked like the price of victory would be pretty big. I'm just thinking of the meme. I don't know if you've seen the Crisis Core meme, where it's like Zack being like, wow, the price of wings is steep. Or like...
I have not, but I can
It's a
imagine
really-
the ways that that's been used.
And it's him, there's another, like, the one before that that's, like, more popular is, like, him looking up, and he's like, those wings, I want them too. And then the next panel is like, him looking at, like, some fucking wings being cooked on a grill. And I don't know why I'm thinking of that meme right now, but it makes me die laughing. Sorry.
You beat me. But I have no choice since I promised. Guess I should go shopping for some meat.
Coach, get some grade A beef like you promised. We won't forgive you if you buy nothing but vegetables to keep it cheap. The umpire, whom they called Coach, grinned dryly, crestfallen. Umpire? Coach? The uniform he was wearing had Hinamizawa Fighters written on it. Oh, so he's not just the umpire. He was actually our team's coach.
Mayabara-kun, is that alright? Can I call you that?
Huh? Yeah.
This comeback wouldn't have happened if it were not for you getting on base. Please, come to tomorrow's barbecue? No, besides that, would you please consider joining the team? If you were with us, we could dominate the whole prefecture.
Coach, let's leave that aside for now. You should be more worried about your wallet.
Despite the coach being an adult, everyone seemed to get along very well with him. Coach, huh?
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Irie, coach of the Hinamizawa Fighters.
He extended his hand to me. I firmly grasped it with my own in reply. I was gonna make a SpongeBob joke, but you wouldn't understand.
Firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it!
I do get that one.
Okay, cool. I'm Maibata. Nice to meet you. Then the coach took his other hand and began to stroke mine softly.
What smooth hands you have.
What a creepy motherfucker!
With a narrow grain, you truly take care of them. Silky smooth.
What a creepy motherfucker! Hey, wait!
I must strictly instruct our maids to take this good care of their skin as well.
Maids, huh?
And punish the bad ones who don't.
Maids?
I want to take this man and drown him in a river.
I determined I'd hated him before I even saw him in the game, so. What are you talking about?
Such velvety hands. I just want to put them to work.
I want to punch him. We're punching him. We're punching
Left
him.
hook, right
Kill
hook,
him.
Left hook, right hook.
The coach's eyes are spellbound, and as his I hate this music playing. Turn it off. And as his delusions floated through his very own original magical universe, he made a supremely satisfied smile. How do I put this? Who the hell is this guy? Who the fuck? You look so flustered. Yeah.
Our coach is a little strange, but he's really funny, you know?
He's a little strange. He pets children's hands.
I felt like you couldn't measure him by saying strange or funny. Yeah, you said it, brother. I really didn't think we'd get along. The other self in my mind.
Hi, Charles. Hi,
Hi.
Space. Hello.
Hi.
Glad you're here just in time for Irie.
Eh. The other self in my mind made a witty retort for some reason.
Come on. Settle down already. You're making Keiichi sound uncomfortable.
You're making Keiichi uncomfortable. Keiichi! You're making Keiichi uncomfortable. The coach didn't try to take his hands off mine until Satoko hit him with a threefold wash bucket attack, causing him to faint. Fuck yeah, Satoko, get his ass. Get his ass. Get his ass. God, it's been 2 hours almost. Is that the end of that chapter? Or probably. Cool, we met a pedophile. Awesome.
Yay.
Yay! Wow, is that a gur? Is that a gur?
It wasn't 2 hours of that guy. It was 2 hours of baseball.
Yeah, 2 hours of baseball. That is a gur.
He just got here and we hate him.
We just got here and we're like, fuck off. I'm gonna drown you in a river. I wanna throw you in the swamp.
No, Space! Don't say that about baseball. Baseball's so cool when it's not in Higurashi.
There were perverted dessert discussions.
Yeah, that part was annoying.
That was annoying, yeah. Should we take a break? Do you want to take a break before we continue?
Sure. Do I need to do a break thing? I do need to do a break thing.
It's almost been 2 hours, so you know.
Yeah.
Let's do a quick little break, all right, everybody. I'm gonna run an ad and shit, and you know, cool. Yahoo! I'm back. Got more water. All set for that. Now I'm back in the call. I had to get more water.
I also went and got water.
Hell yeah! All right. Let us continue forth. I don't know what's happening anymore. Okay. Alright.
Did anyone else hear a single angelic note?
Continuation. Alright, then I'm off.
Look out for cars.
I thought this said look
Be
out.
back before dinner time.
I thought this said look out for cats. Oh, too late. Today was the day of the barbecue party that was the Hinamizawa's Let me try that again. Today was the day of the barbecue party that was the Hinamizawa Fighters' victory celebration. I keep trying to combine words. Of course, I, having prepared myself, skipped breakfast in order to stay hungry. Though with all the club members coming, it was pretty possible there would be a contest based on how fast or how much you could eat. Rena was already at our usual meeting place.
I love Rena's casual fit. She looks so cute.
It's really cute. I don't think that would be an outfit that people would wear in the 80s, but I cannot.
Who cares?
But I miss Mion's gun. Mion arrived a few minutes later.
Great! Let's get going. This old man skipped breakfast and is starving to death.
I expected nothing less. I too went without breakfast and am now in top physical condition.
Wow, you two. Skipping breakfast is bad for your health. Rena made sure to eat something.
Yeah, you're great, Rena. Breakfast is an important part of the day. I'm sure you'll surpass that underdeveloped meal and get yourself a nice... Shut up, you motherfucking dumbass.
Oh, the dirty magazines. If I get a nice body, then maybe a prince on a white horse will come for Rena too? For Rena too?
Definitely not happening. If you won't take responsibility for them, Kei-chan, then don't give Rena any silly ideas. She might start eating breakfast 3 times a day starting tomorrow.
That's just meals, dog.
That's just meals. Yeah, I could see Rena doing that. Wait, who did this gluttonous princess think was going to come for her? Well, anyway, we're all nice and hungry. Let's go and treat ourselves at the big barbecue party. Ah, the hunger is setting in. Yeah! The venue for said barbecue was to be the Furure Shrine grounds where Rika-chan lived. They held events and festivals there and barbecues too. It's so fucked up and weird to me that Rika and Satoko like live on their own and that their like estate or whatever, not estate, but like, you know, their area is like used for venues and shit. Stupid and weird. It was the place that held all sorts of ceremonies in Hinamizawa. Come to think of it, there was supposed to be a big village festival coming up, wasn't there? Yeah. Watanagashi or something? Yeah. The scenery you could see from that high up was fairly superb, and the calm atmosphere particular to shrines was something fairly difficult to find in the city. We left our bicycles at the bottom of the shrine steps and broke into a mad dash up the stairs. When we arrived on the shrine grounds, the Hinamizawa fighters and their fathers had already gathered and had begun setting up for the barbecue early. Please let me use enter. Please let me use enter. Please, you motherfucker. Of course, Satoko and Rika-chan were there as well. I'm so mad. When they noticed our arrival, they waved to us. There we go.
Oh, so you managed not to forget about this. Curses. If you all hadn't come, there would have been that much more meat for me. How truly disappointing it is.
You underestimate us, Satoko. Now that we've arrived, you don't think you'll be able to have even one bite of that fabulously marbled beef, do you? Remember when we ate our bento here? You and I have a fatal difference in reach. I'll be overwhelming you once again.
What? I cannot allow that to happen by any means.
Cry and shout all you want. You'll just be watching us fill our mouths with beef. Don't worry, though. We'll give the peppers and onions to you.
I'll give Satoko lots and lots of the grilled squash, too.
That sounds good.
Oh, yeah. When Satoko heard the word squash, her complexion changed color. I love squash! It's so good. When she took my overwhelming reach into account, she knew it wasn't just a threat. It could actually happen.
I'll go tell the coach. I'll tell him you really love squash. If it's for you, I bet he'll get a whole mountain of specialty squash from all over Japan.
Wow, good for you, Satoko. You'll have your pick of the squash. You can have squash from dawn till dusk, 3 meals a day. I wonder if squash is like the broccoli of Japan or something.
Ah! Rena! Everyone's bullying me!
Satoko tried to leap into Rena's chest. Oh no! Clearly given another second, Rena's mock punches would have piled us on the ground. So just before Satoko hit Rena, I grabbed her by the nape of the neck and pulled her back. A superb reaction with only seconds of foresight. At least it was supposed to be. But for Rena, when I caught the leaping, crying Satoko, it looked I was keeping her to myself. And then I got killed.
Oh, no, Katie-kun. This is Rena's, okay? I'm taking her home. Rena-san. Beat up me and Son and Ryuka like that, too.
Whoa, hold on there. Yeah. And then everybody was beat up.
Okay, now where could Rika be? There she is. It's Rena-san over there. Just wait, Satoko-chan. I'll take care of her right away. Then I'm bringing you straight home.
Satoko, you're mean. That's not Rika's voice at all.
Oh, Rika-chan's so cute too. Oh, I'm gonna take her home. I'm sorry if my voice got weird for a second there. I accidentally hit a dial on my headphones and I don't know what it did.
No, you sounded fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Rika, serves you right.
Satsuko laughed in a shrill voice at Rika-chan and Rena's unproductive game of tag while we watched them sprawled out on the ground. Oh my god. Oh, the fucker!
Are you alright, Mayabata-san? Sonozaki-san?
I hate him. The coach came over here. He came over and lent us a hand. No.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. Yeah, this is just how we communicate, that's all. Don't mind us. That's weird as fuck. If the way we communicate ends up leaving bruises on my face, then I don't want any more to do with it. You said it, brother. You never learn, do you?
You never learn,
oh, there
do
you go. Laughed the coach loudly. He made us start to laugh, too. Satoko's laughter, Rika-chan's yelling, and Rena's strange voice were kind of comfortable to hear. Don't call her voice strange. Rena's shut up. She had a weird voice. The adults here knew what they were doing, so the barbecue was ready in short order. As the salad oil dripped down onto the plate with a hiss, there was a loud cheer. When the coach brought over a big plate with all the meat on it, we all cheered again.
Wow, this meat looks amazing. Coach, you really did splurge on it.
I did make a promise. Can you tell how much all of this weighs? It really did cost me a lot.
You know who Irie reminds me of? He reminds me of the fucking teacher in Misao. Especially when...
I do not know this name.
Okay, the teacher in Misao has a thing for hands. It's,
I see.
So when he was like, "Oh, your hands are so soft, Keiichi," I was like, "Oh, it's Kurata. It's Kurata-san." Oh no! Anyway.
Of course it did. Third-rate meat wouldn't be enough of a reward for everything I did yesterday. Yeah, Satoko-chan's definitely the guest of honor today.
Yeah, Satoko was the one who hit that last home run after all. She might have caught the guy off guard, but the arc it flew was long and true.
Satoko is pretty athletic.
Not bad at all. She could be one of the best of our generation. She doesn't fall behind in physical ability even compared to me.
Maybe Satoko-chan has a big future in the world of sports. Stop singing my praises. You're making me blush.
Munch, munch.
Satoko, for whom the excessive praise made her not notice the moderately grilled meat being stolen one after the other, was just far too cute. Yes.
Mayabata-san, this is heavy.
Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun were carrying something over to us. It was a huge barbecue plate. Whoa! The barbecue's protagonist has arrived! The plate was chock full of skewers with vegetables and meat on them. The grilled, burning hot meat juices made a shh noise as they drizzled off.
I'm so jealous.
Ryu... What's his fucking name? Ryukichi? Ryukishi. Really loves to describe food.
And make
Drives
everyone hungry.
Fucking crazy. You need a lot of heat for cooking something on a metal skewer, so they had grilled the whole plate at once. I'm not one to talk, because somebody pointed out once when playing Mixed Feelings that Mixed Feelings is a stupidly coffee-centric game, and I'm constantly talking about coffee. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I really like coffee. Did I already read this? You need a lot of heat for cooking something on a metal skewer, so they had grilled the whole plate at once.
Yep, you can't have a barbecue without some of these.
You can say that again. I'll help out, so let's get it over there. Let's get it over there. Up we go.
Wow, look! It's amazing!
Everyone greeted us with a cheer. So joyous. Each person received a skewer with vegetables and big pieces of meat on it. They also received paper cups filled to the brim with juice. In my right hand were pounds of piping hot barbecue, and left was a cup of juice that I could chug down. This didn't make you want to dance. You weren't a man. Oh, that's such a great sentence. This juice makes me want to dance. Juice that makes you want to dance. I can't hold back any longer. I'm gobbling it down. Gobble, gobble. Iconic.
Not just yet, Kei-chan. We've got a little ceremony first.
Oh, that scares me. Oh, it scares me.
Can I have your attention, everyone?
I'm scared. The coach, with a cup of beer in his hand, mounted the nearby beer cooler. This was supposed to be a victory celebration, after all. We needed an opening statement. Damn, I hope it ends soon. For every second this goes on, a little more of the food's freshness goes away. No! Satoko stomped down onto the back of my foot.
My word! Men your age are so greedy. Can you not wait a little more elegantly?
Is everything I'm thinking really showing on my face?
Okay, is everyone listening? We won a huge game yesterday. It had become a hard battle after that amazing pitcher came in. But thanks to equally reliable saviors on our side, we scored a beautiful turnaround victory.
Yippee! Both my hands were full, so the adults and older brothers gave us a round of applause.
This is to celebrate that victory. As promised, I got a ton of delicious meat for everyone. Eat as much as you want and use that energy on our next game.
I want a meat gathering like this. That sounds so awesome. At a shrine. I don't know. Then after a few words... Oh, no, that's neat, not meat.
Meat!
Then after a few words of thanks to the fathers and brothers who helped at the barbecue, he let us in a toast. Cheers!
Cheers.
Probably kampai is what you would say. They say that when toasting, who you would normally down the contents of your cup. But we were young. At the toast, all of us immediately began to dig into our skewers.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. After that, it got really lively, with everyone congratulating one another for things they did during the game. Like how someone made a great catch, or how awesome someone looked when stealing a base. Of course, they congratulate- Ah, shit! I accidentally hit enter. No! How do I- is it right-click? I think it's right-click. No. Aw.
I don't know.
Oh, it's fine.
Sorry, buddy.
We probably didn't miss anything. Wait, log. There we go. How some, of course, they congratulated me too, the savior who appeared to fight against the Koshien pitcher. Well, even what I did was all thanks to Satoko. Cool. Satoko did have a plan. And it won't let me press enter anymore. There we go. But you're the only one who could have won over Kameda like you did, Kei-chan. Let me fucking press enter! God damn it. Stupid game. Anyway. You did more than enough to deserve praise. Somehow she magically healed from all her injuries.
By the way, Keiichi-kun, you went to eat cake with Kameda-kun after that, didn't you? You looked like you were best friends.
The seeds of friendship sprouting between male rivals. Something like that.
That's sort of, well, it's...
Fujoshi Warrior.
Fujoshi Warrior Rena-chan. I violently brushed through Rena's hair as she turned red in the face for some reason at the mention of friendship between men, dispersing her pleasant-seeming ideas. It says males, but that's weird. Now then, where's the hero? Or rather, the heroine Satoko. Oh, there she is. Hi, Satoko. Satoko is with Rika-chan in the middle of bragging her heart out about the home run yesterday, and her teammates spared no compliment for her, since even though he was going easy on her, the fact that she hit a throw from a Koshien pitcher was something else. Satoko was more loquacious than usual. It seems she was in a great mood. She was flying so high that I thought for a moment about getting a word in to tease her, but she was the leading actress today, so I decided not to bully her at all. As I watched Satoko, going at things as lively as usual under the sun, it struck me that it didn't quite line up with the pleasant time I'd spent with her. Both of those were the real Satoko. I didn't care which it was, her smiling happily or making a big, lively fuss like this. Just as long as she would keep smiling like this forever. Oh, hey, fucker.
Here we fucking go.
God.
She looks like she's having fun.
I think I know where this is going.
Quite a lot of it.
Alright. The coach had approached me from behind before I realized it. As he gazed at Satoko from afar, like I had been doing, he addressed me. So I could tell he was talking about her. I don't like you.
Doesn't it just cleanse your soul to see Satoko-chan smiling?
It does. He smiled, refreshed, searching for confirmation. I felt a little embarrassed to admit it, so against my better judgment, I played it off. Really? I don't think her smile could cleanse so much as a plate.
I'm sure Satoko-chan would be mad if she heard that. But that part of her is very cute, too.
This is a weird way to talk. Leaving her cuteness aside, I could understand him thinking Satoko getting angry for being teased would be funny. Mr. Irie, was it?
It's Irie. Everyone else calls me Coach, though. I'd be very happy if you called me Coach as well, Mayabara-san. I think we'll call you Irie.
As he said that, Coach Irie smiled, blushing a little. Coach, you seem to like Satoko a lot. A little too much.
Just wait.
I didn't have any real basis for that. It was just what I felt to be true.
Thanks, Space.
This man is irritating. I think I should point out the content warning in the comment, the pinned comment. I have played enough games and read enough stories. I have a sense.
Yes.
Yes.
I do like her. I love her, in fact.
Okay.
Kill! Right hook! Left hook! Right hook! Left hook! When she gets older, I'm thinking of asking her to marry me.
What a
Right
fucking
hook! Left
freak!
hook! Right hook! Left hook! Drown him in the river! Drown him in the river!
What? This guy really says some insane stuff, doesn't he? After being astonished by this, I hurried to put my mind back in order. Why didn't the music cut out during that? Oh, God. I'd heard that this coach guy was the kind of person who said crazy things out of nowhere. According to Mion, if I took everything he said seriously, I physically wouldn't be able to take it. Here's the thing. I'm gonna preach for a moment.
Go off.
So, in the early 2000s, like, jokes like that, quote-unquote jokes like that, were taken as jokes, like, all the time. Things like that, saying things like that, an adult man saying that about a young child, it should not be taken as a joke. That should be taken seriously right away. And the fact there was a period of time in the early 2000s especially, I don't know about the 80s because I wasn't alive then. In the early 2000s, there was shit like, you know, pedo bear or pedo bear, however you want to call it. There were stupid jokes like that and people were like, it's just a joke. And it's like, when you make things like that, like automatically a joke, then it puts real people, real children in danger. So,
yes, 100%.
I just needed to have that as an aside. I hate it.
This is inappropriate. The way Irie talks about Satoko is inappropriate. And if you, dear viewer, talk about children in your life like this, go to jail.
Yeah.
Now.
Go to jail. Jail for you. Shh, shh. It's like Adventure Time. Like Princess Bubblegum is like, shh, shh, shh. Go to jail. Go to jail. Go to jail. According to Mion, if I took everything he said seriously, I physically wouldn't be able to take it. If I was able to ignore that part of him, he seemed like he'd be a really funny guy.
Mayabara-san, did that surprise you?
A little bit.
Could it be that you're going after Satoko-chan yourself? That's so funny!
That's so funny!
Me, I've been going after her for decades now, you know. She's
Hold
not been
on.
alive that long!
Hold on. Okay, decades? Hold on.
Decades plural.
I don't think she's even a decade old. Coach
No.
Satsuko hasn't even been alive for much more than a decade. Okay, so I guess. Coach gave a dry grin and laughed. Was this how I should be doing it? I must somehow master the art of responding to this coach guy. After that, I received many words of praise for my actions, almost too many. As that conversation was happening, leaving aside the controversial statements this coach person would spout suddenly, I learned he was very composed and not a bad guy by any stretch. Yeah, he is. I don't trust this man. I think Satoko deserves more praise for that crazy home run she got. I honestly didn't think she had it in her.
Satoko-chan's older brother was more the quiet bookworm type. She probably inherited the exact opposite skill set.
Her brother? Right, he meant Satoshi. The one who left Satoko and ran away from home. Satoko's Nini. Satoshi Hojo.
Do you not know about him? Satoko-chan's older brother, I mean. His name is Satoshi Hojo-kun, and he played with the Hinamizawa fighters too. I wanted him to play a lot more, but then he transferred.
Huh, I see. So he transferred. Yeah, maybe that was a little more considerate than saying he ran away. Now that he mentioned it, I think it was Rena. I think she said Satoshi transferred too. I didn't know the details of him having run away from home at the time, so I didn't pay much attention to it, but only your brother transferred? That's sort of unusual. Everyone having fun was far away, and their cheerful voices distant. The chorus of the cicadas separated us from them, giving me a sense of distance. At first, I thought my own voice was too soft for even me to hear, but for a really long time, Coach didn't respond to my words, so at this point, I began to wonder if I had said something I shouldn't have. Just when I began to feel impatient, Coach finally spoke.
Something unfortunate happened.
Oh boy, we get to know.
A few things, actually.
After informing me that what he was about to say was a secret, Coach began to talk, a little at a time.
It's been 3 years already. Right around this time of year, I think. Satoko-chan's parents were in an accident.
An accident?
Yes. At a public park they visited while on vacation, they fell from a viewing platform.
Oh damn, that sucks. It was supposed to just be a little time away from the house with the family. They went for a walk on a path through a nature park after it had rained. There was a little viewing platform that looked like it had a good view. That was the stage on which the tragedy was set. The metal fixtures in the viewing platform fence had deteriorated from time, and with all the rain they had just gotten, they might have loosened somewhat. Right before Satoko's eyes, both the fence and her parents fell. It's fucked up. In front of her face! There was a river some tens of meters below. The water level was high due to the rain, and apparently very muddy. And her parents? Coach gave a thin but melancholic smile and touched his paper cup to his lips. Without saying anything, I knew how unfortunate that accident was and how Satoko's parents had left on an eternal vacation. That's dark. And Satoko is, well, I was so focused on being careful with my words that I lost what I was going to say. A single word, orphaned. I knew how little consideration it showed and how much it would hurt Satoko without having to say it aloud. Come to think of it, Satoko lived with Rika-chan. At least that's what I thought I heard from others. Wait, Rika-chan, her father died from illness too, and her mother soon after. Felt like I heard she was living by herself.
Yes. She's living with Furude-san right now. They've probably lived many discouraging days without any parents, but they've gotten along by helping each other. Going on living without the protection of parents is very difficult for kids that age, I think. Mayabara-san, you can probably understand that as well.
I've only survived because I rely on my parents, so the only reply I could give was to nod.
Furude-san is particularly beloved by the older people in the village. As long as she's here, she won't want for much.
Come to think of it, you're right. Rika-chan Rika-chan kind of seems like the village mascot sometimes. I don't think she'd have a hard time living here. Rika-chan could go meep just once and get 2 or 3 croquettes from a vendor after all. I felt like if she asked for help, everyone in the village would.
But that only applies to Furude-san in particular. Satoko-chan doesn't have it the same way.
Rika being so spoiled was just an exception. Upon thinking about it normally, living on your own as a child should be fraught with difficulty and also should be illegal. It wasn't then very difficult to imagine how much suffering Satoko had to go through just to live.
Sorry, I'm laughing at what Jizoot said.
Richa-kan, cousin of Chaka-kan. It wasn't very difficult to imagine. Was I really thinking that? No, I was only thinking the words. I couldn't imagine it in the slightest. How was I supposed to imagine it when I saw that annoying smile of hers? There was no way I could. I found out she was living apart from her brother, and I just kind of vaguely thought that it was rather unfortunate. I mean, Satoko was smiling so energetically every single day. Was I thinking that her smiling meant she wasn't hurt? That she didn't feel lonely? When she found out my parents were coming home the other night, Satoko said, "A family sitting around the dinner table is the most fun way to enjoy a meal of all." Those words held a lot more weight now.
I've seriously considered adopting.
I gotta stand up. Okay, so what? You planned to, you just said you were in love with her and wanted to marry her someday, and now you're talking about, oh, I also considered adopting her.
So,
Fuck, you fucking bitch.
The way that you're meant to take Irie in the way that his writing is intended is that his weird little pedophile jokes are just jokes, and he doesn't actually feel that way, and he's actually a genuinely kind guy who wants to look after her. But, like...
No, I don't take it that way.
It doesn't... No, and you shouldn't, because it's creepy.
No, it's gross.
There's intent, and then there's how it comes across.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what your intent is if your writing supports another story.
Yeah. Anyway. Huh? Adoption? It's a secret. After warning me, Coach put his index finger to his lips.
I have lived a really steady life all these years. I have money and a good reputation.
For some fucking reason.
But marriage is the one thing I never got around to. By law, obviously a single individual can't adopt a child. So I can't make Satoko-chan my adopted daughter. What a shame. Didn't take long for my plan to get her to call me Papa to hit setback.
Ew. This guy spouts some crazy stuff. At first, I was only half listening, but midway through, I realized how rude that was. No, be rude to him. This coach person seriously only wished for this one girl, Satoko, to be happy. That was neither crazy nor was it nonsense. He just wanted her to be happy. Those were his true feelings.
Satoko-chan's current lifestyle is probably not a very happy one. But, you know, I want to make it easier for her, even if it's only a little. Of course, I can't do much for her but share my leftover food and do errands that she's not strong enough to do.
You're wrong. Satoko's happy.
Huh?
Coach showed surprise at my having declared that. There's so many people all around her that really want her to be happy. She can't possibly feel otherwise. I spoke with a serious expression, quietly, but firmly, all the same. It was my approval of his feelings and my gratitude as Satoko's Nini.
Thank you. Still, keep this a secret from Satoko-chan, okay? If she knew I wanted to adopt her, she'd probably get mad and call me a pervert for wanting me to call her Papa.
Oh.
And Hi, Jordan. You're in scary man time.
Scary man, I hate him. I wonder, Satoko may have been somewhat childish, but she was still able to empathize with people. She'd call him that? I knew it. As if my feelings had gotten across, Coach grinned, satisfied, and returned his gaze to the hustle and bustle before us. Yeah.
Content warning, Irie.
Yeah, no, because, like, I remember you telling me for this chapter, we should make the content warning just Irie. And that's how I remembered. Like, I solidified his name in my brain. I was like, got it. I gotta look out for that fucker. And so... That's why when you were like, oh, you know his name? And I was like, yeah, you said it like one time.
Listen,
and
my memory
you said it
is
one,
bad.
No, you said it one time and it was because it was a joke, content warning, Irie. And I was like, okay, that, I'll remember that name. Her parents and her older brother. She lost her family, had no relatives, and was huddled up with Rika-chan, who was in the same situation. Satoko Hojo. It wouldn't be odd for her to look at her life with despair, but she didn't seem to feel that way. She lived energetically, with a smile.
I want her to keep smiling forever.
It was a naive wish, and yet it was one that he couldn't help hoping for. So the words that I spoke were the same. What a coincidence. I think the same way.
Oh, you too, Mayabara-kun. And that makes us friends. No, it doesn't. Let's make a promise.
A promise?
It's a very simple one.
The coach said this, giving me a grin.
That we will never, ever make her cry.
It was short and to the point. Yeah. I promised too. Coach nodded happily. We exchanged no more words after that. We just sat there comfortably, gazing at Satoko and everyone else having a good time. She'd certainly lost family, but there were people watching over her. How reassuring must that have been? Just hypothetically, if you did adopt Satoko, what would you do?
That's a tough one.
Coach gave a wry, happy smile, then exaggeratedly tilted his head in contemplation.
Well, first, I would get her to call
Oh.
me master and make her into a lovely, kind-hearted maid.
There she is. Huh?
Bitch!
What?
This snake hoe!
How does this guy always pick the craziest time to say the craziest things?
Mayabara-kun? I haven't said anything yet.
Oh, what are you talking about? I heard it loud and clear. And you sounded like a little girl.
Oh, give me a minute.
Well, it's time to drink water.
Sorry, when you live with your parents, sometimes they'll walk into your room without knocking. Isn't that so stellar?
Mm-hmm. It's incredible. Don't miss
Oh,
that
that's
shit.
right. I clearly said I would make Satoko my own personal pretty maid.
I am a terrible person, and this is being admitted by the voice actor.
Oh.
Fuck this man. Mine.
This reminds me. Okay, so slight Misao spoilers, but it's just fresh on. I mean, it is Misao spoilers, but it's fresh on my mind, and I already played it on stream, so I'm sorry for spoiling Misao. It's like a 2-hour game. Anyway, so the teacher is a freak, and there's like a point where the main character basically tells him like, you're actually a really kind and beautiful person, an amazing person, and everybody loves you, teacher. And I did not read any of that. I said the exact opposite in my anime girl voice because I hated him. Anyway, I just wanted to...
I love that. I'm glad that we're on the same page.
Yeah, it just reminded me of that.
Oh, pretty and purity are really hard to differentiate, right? Be careful with mixing refined Japanese words and English together.
I get it. Honestly, the intricacies of language know no bounds.
Untranslatable Japanese idiom.
Yeah.
That's right. Kei-chan, you do understand. Then with that, it's time for...
My hand shot out and grabbed Shion, smiling, waving, and about to leave by the nape of her neck. Hey, wait right there! Don't just show up out of nowhere and start saying crazy stuff. So they've been introduced. Okay.
Speaking of saying crazy stuff, I thought the Satoko love talk you were having with the coach was pretty crazy too. I can perform a reenactment of the adoption bit. Want to see?
Ah! You've been hiding ever since then? Two demons.
I love you, Space.
Kei-chan, you can't even beat my sister. You're 100 years too early to challenge me.
This was Shion Sonozaki, the younger of the Sonozaki twins. Though she hadn't a scrap of the reserved quality you'd expect from a little sister, she was a villain no better than her older sister Mion. We met the other day.
I think Shion's worse.
We met the other day in town, and I dug myself into a hole when I mistook her for Mion. Unlike Mion, Shion said she was living in Okinomiya, so I thought we'd never see each other again. But to think we actually would. My frankly displeased expression didn't change a bit either. This must be what people mean when they say something is like water off a duck's back.
Shion-san, you came. I was disappointed because I thought you wouldn't make it. Well, I couldn't think of anything else to do, really. I figured I'd come and tease you all a little.
Coach, why did you need to call Shion to our victory celebration? How did she contribute to our team's win?
Well, you see, I'm actually the manager for the Hinamizawa Fighters.
The manager? No way. Then why weren't you at the game yesterday?
That's because I'm like a ghost manager.
She seemed to think I'd forgive her if she stuck her tongue out and smiled. She wasn't sorry at all.
The match wasn't nearly as pretty without you there.
Oh.
I won't tell you to come to practices, but couldn't you at least come to games and root for us like you used to? I'll think about it. Why? It's true. I am voicing all the demons. It's okay. You'll voice a different one later.
Oh.
Somehow
boy.
a worse demon than these guys.
What? Hold on. Okay. No. I have a feeling I know who you're talking about.
Maybe I will if Kei-chan joins the Hinamizawa Fighters. I can't get into a cheering mood when there's no good-looking guy on the team.
Ew. Huh? Did Shion just smoothly say something absurd? Is Shion flirting with an adult man? Shion!
No,
You
she
little-
was talking about Keiichi.
Oh, okay. You little... Where did you come from? Suddenly, Mion came running over, latched onto my shoulders, and pulled me towards her.
Ah, it's Mi-chan's little sister. Hello, Shi-chan.
I don't think we... Wait, have we seen Shion with Rena and everybody else?
No, Shion and the rest of the club did not interact at all.
Well, this is a first. All right.
Hello, Rena-san. I'm honored you remembered my name. We only met once. Oh, not at all. Thanks for remembering Rena's name, too.
Cut the stupid greetings. You're not allowed to solicit Kei-chan. He's the hope of our club.
Don't pull him out and put him in baseball like he's some kind of plant. Mion gave a low growl as she grappled my arm. She looked like a little girl desperately clinging to her toy.
Yep, Keiichi-kun is the star rookie of our club. We could never trade him away.
I wonder if Higurashi, like this might be a slightly gross thing to say, but there were a lot of like anime around at the time in like the late 90s and early 2000s that were considered like quote unquote harem anime or fake harem anime that ended up being something else that was more fucked up. And I wonder if Higurashi is often considered one of those things, even though, you know, they're all... I mean, Keiichi is the only dude amongst, like, a bunch of girls, even though, like, a few of them are a lot younger than him.
It kind of was, and it kind of wasn't.
Yeah.
Like, the egregious gore that the anime presents is kind of what the anime is most remembered for.
Oh,
rather
yeah.
than that.
I remember, because I did watch the first episode of the old anime, the first anime, and it opens with, like, a gory scene. So it's kind of... it's kind of not hiding what it is. The game, though, like, the visual novel, though, like, the first chapter took, like, 7 hours to get in anything.
The first chapter also opens with the same scene.
That's right. Never mind. I forgot about that. Whoops. I don't know. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out. Rena's smile.
No,
Yeah, because Neon Genesis Evangelion was kind of like it wasn't a harem anime, but there was definitely like the trope of like you have this boy amongst like these beautiful girls. You got the older woman, you got the cool like blue-haired girl. You got
NG.
What?
NGE is my favorite harem anime. You have all the best girl archetypes. Girl who hates me, pedophile, my mom.
And then Shinji is like, I want that one. I want the boy.
True.
Neon Genesis. Is Umineko about cats? No, it's about seagulls. That's what Umineko means. It means sea cat. Because seagulls sound like cats. They go,
Sort of.
Anyway, Rena's smile hid a nonchalant bloodthirst. She was blocking Shion's way, ready to unleash an ultimate attack if she got within 2 meters of me. I felt like this was gonna turn into a bloody battle.
I am no longer interested. It has a cat girl in it, if that sways you at all.
Whoa! Really?
Yes.
Damn.
Unironically, yes.
You sounded really upset about that, actually.
Is she like 10?
Oh. Probably.
Yes and no. It's the trope of I am 1,000 years old, but I look 12.
And act 12, probably?
No, not really.
Oh, okay, never mind. Well, that's cool.
She acts like a full adult, and she's...
At least she acts
I
like a full
her a lot.
adult. At least,
I
okay.
cannot say what her name is, because it spoils this game.
Cool! Cool! Alright, let's go. That's you.
That's too bad. We'll leave the negotiations for another time.
You're right, Space. And I was recognizing that the second I was doing it.
You don't have the right to negotiate. Coach, why did you call Shion here too? She's a ghost member. She's been slacking off for the last year.
I just thought it would be even more fun if Shion-chan was here. Yep. It definitely worked.
Yup. That was what he planned
Yep.
for all along. Mission accomplished. Hey! Kate-chan, come over here. We're all playing a game. With strings attached, of course. Oh.
Shi-chan, how about you? The rules are simple and it'll be fun. Should I? I'll just win if I join in after all. I don't want to ruin my sister's presidential image.
Mio, now irritated, turned around with a glare.
What is it, my sister? Should I join in to make this a battle of the siblings? For your sake, I don't think we should, but if you want to...
I won't let you play, Shion. We're leaving you out. Bleh. Well, Mion just avoided a direct confrontation. Seemed like the twins were completely incompatible with each other.
You won't let her play? I was looking forward to seeing you two face off.
I hate Shion. I'm bad against her. Angry Mion dragged me away. Slide. Slide to the left.
Do your best. I'll be rooting for you. Go for it, Kei-chan. Yay!
Yay! Shion waved her hand at us, reveling in the bliss of teasing Mion. Reveling. That's it, I think. All right. Club activities had begun. I knew how to say that word and I fucked it up. Anyway, which meant I needed to clear my mind. What was today's battle? Today's punishment game. I take anything on.
Okay, Keiichi-san. All of the saliva left my throat in one
Ew.
little...
Okay, so this is maybe kind of gross, but are y'all ever talking and you feel like the saliva snap off of your throat
Yes.
in a pop, and suddenly your throat is drier than the Sahara,
Yeah.
and you're coughing?
Yeah.
That's what just happened to me, and it hurt like shit.
I'm so sorry. It's so gross.
You should prepare yourself. We're going all out today.
Great. Bring it on. Satoko or not, I'll crush you all mercilessly.
Rena will profit from your battle and fish yourself up a win.
That's scary.
Then I'll get all the manta rays first and ride them to victory.
What manta rays? What are you talking about?
Oh, Mika-chan is flat like a manta. Stop this.
Cease. Cease.
I didn't realize what she was saying until midway through me voice acting the sentence.
Cease.
I want to take you home.
I always hated that. I've always hated that in anime. That's another. I forgot that part of my list in anime. My list of fuck this, and I stop watching is when they make jokes about this character's boobs are bigger. The only anime that I thought it was funny was Azumanga Daioh because it felt like actual teenage girls because teenage girls do that in high school a lot. It's an actual thing that
It's true.
I firsthand experienced, but there's one way where it's oh, this was written by a dude who's weird. And then there's a way to write it where it's like, oh, they actually wrote this accurate to life, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. That I always hate that shit. Anyway.
Not to be weird, but my boobs are mahusive, and
Mahusive.
yes, and the size of mine never counted because I'm fat, so of course I'd have big boobs. It's like,
God.
y'all are just jealous. Y'all are just jealous as fuck.
Okay. God. Tangents. There was like one time when I was like working and like some coworker just brought up like me being flat and I was like, okay, thanks. I don't know.
Alright.
I don't know how this is relevant to anything. Or they were like,
They probably thought you were a dude because you don't have any boobs.
and I was like, awesome, thanks. Actually, that's a compliment for me and you don't know it. Anyway.
Okay, everyone. We have a lot of people today, so let's play something easy and simple. Today's game is...
To be continued. Next time.
Today's game is comparing boob sizes. Sorry, Keiichi, you immediately lose.
There's like a... Somebody
What was
ringing-
that?
That was somebody ringing my doorbell.
Do you want to go get it?
No, because am not expecting anybody, so they are
Do you
just...
want to like at least see what it is, just in case it's an emergency or something?
I'm gonna look out the window, hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna go on the BRB screen.
Oh,
The one that goes...
it's so harsh and horrible. It made me jump out my skin.
That only happens when they're ringing several doorbells at once.
Several. Oh, because I guess they're ringing the building.
So there are multiple buttons for all the different apartments, and if you ring multiple at once, it makes that terrible noise. So that's somebody...
Why would you ring more than one at once?
Because sometimes people just like to prank, and they just walk by and go, "Ooh, buttons!" and they press them all to annoy us, because like we
I
live in a downtown
can't
area.
imagine.
So
I can't imagine having that much time on my hands.
I mean, it's just people walking through, and it'll be like kids sometimes who are just fucking idiots. And then there are people who like never remember their keys, or they're people visiting other people and they don't know which apartment number they live in, so they just ring everything. And you know, like I never unlock the door for anybody unless I am expecting somebody or I'm expecting a package, because like it could be a serial killer. I don't know.
Yeah. Do you not have like? Oh, I guess it wouldn't matter if people are ringing from like the downstairs.
Do you have a remote door open button? Yes. That's why people ring is to get in. But like if I don't know the person and I don't know who it is, I'm not going to open it because I don't want
Fair.
a murderer in my building. Sorry. Anyway, speaking of murderers, let's continue this fucking game. Everyone who lost the game dropped out and had to help clean up after the barbecue. Shion laughed more uproariously than anyone I'd ever heard when she saw my loser face. Okay. Was my getting bombed out of the game really that funny?
Man, oh man, Keitan's face?
He was like, "How can you still call yourselves human?"
Okay, so we completely skipped the game. Awesome.
Yeah.
Damn it. I had it all worked out when I bought up the scissors. If only Satoko and Rika-chan hadn't betrayed me. It was going great while we had maintained a united front, but Satoko had been quicker to betray me than I her. She was just a tiny bit better than me. Ugh.
I warned you about trusting Hojo.
Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun were unanimously wearing "I told you so" faces. Incidentally, those two were victims of Satoko's traps pretty early on as well. Damn. I was trying to do well enough to make up for you two. And once again, for the showdown, it didn't matter. Maybe this meant I still couldn't match up to the other members yet.
You. Sorry, Kei-chan. You were going to have the lowest ranked member of the club play a punishment game, weren't you?
Shion remarked as though forcing me to recall something I tried to forget, even for a moment. Is that right? Come to think of it, Meibara-san, when you came up with the punishment game with the president, you looked really heated up. What on earth did you decide on?
Earlier, Mion told me to get an Angel Mort uniform ready. Does that have something to do with it?
Hmm.
She told me to get the biggest size I could find.
Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun were giving me these complex, indescribable looks, mixing empathy, pity, and the desire to see something scary all at once. Oh, all I could do now was laugh. Strangely enough, the more I laughed, the more I felt like it was actually funny. I lost. I'm gonna have to wear a girl outfit. Oh
It's
my.
quality. Oh my. My Abata-san, what's the matter? You're smiling, crying, and howling.
It's okay. He's just pretending not to like it. He can't hide his excitement at the opportunity to gain valuable experience using the punishment game as an excuse. Right?
She's an egg cracker.
Whoa! What do you mean, valuable experience? I held my head in my hands in agony. My state of mind could be summed up with a 3-letter word. It was... Coach gently put his hands on my shoulders.
Don't touch me.
Was he comforting me? I'd rather he not.
My Abata-san. In times where you must accept hardship... No, I'm not saying that.
No.
No.
No. No. No. Right in the face and indulging in his imagination. Oh. What a freak. What a freak this man is.
Yeah.
To those of you only listening, freak shit.
Good.
Anyway. Good. I had to wonder what kind of word associations he had going on in his head. At the very least, it was much different than what was in mine. First thing that comes into mind when I think of discipline certainly isn't mage. Tomita-kun, Okamura-kun. Your coach is a fucking freak. I'm surprised he can even be a coach. Yeah, me too. Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun exchanged glances and answered with dry smiles, and they added that he was a really nice person. I don't believe it. Most of the time. Which is something you'd normally say about a person like that. That shouldn't be normal. The coach's questionable revolutions slowed to a stop, and then his expression returned to a clear, calm one, almost making what just happened seem like an illusion. He could switch gears way too fast. That's a bad sign.
Then let us start cleaning up. My Abata-san, you seem quite strong. Could you bring the plates over to the wash basins and clean them?
I need to bring up a stupid inside joke. So my friend was like drawing a commission for somebody, and the person who was like looking at the commission, it was like a front-facing commission. They were like, they've got that front-facing, they look like a VTuber because they've got that front-facing predator gaze. Front-facing predator eyes is like that. We say that like like they got that front-facing predator eyes. That's what I feel like with Irie. He's got that
True.
front-facing predator eyes. This is fucked up. Right, on it, I hoisted the dirty barbecue plates, each with slimy oil clinging to it, and looked for the wash basins. These are heavy. Where are the wash basins? Over there? Figuring I should make it there before my arms gave out, I headed towards it at a trot. I love meat. I love eating meat. I mostly eat like fish, and chicken though, because when it comes to beef, and pork, also, I don't eat a lot of pork, hardly ever, but when it comes to like red meat, it's so fucking greasy and it's so hard to clean. I feel like I have to throw my sponge out every time I clean anything with red meat. I hate it. It's not even front facing. That's quarter turned. I'm front facing right now, but I hope I don't have the front facing predator eyes. A lot of
Not that kind of predator, at least.
Cat predator like that. A lot of the adults who had been helping out were using the wash basin, so I gave up and looked for a different set. I asked them, and they told me there were more right by the assembly hall, too, so I decided to head that way. Oh, now I have the front-facing predator eyes, thank you. Rather than multiple basins, there was just one faucet there. I initially thought it would be too small to wash plates as big as these, but it would probably still be faster than waiting for a faucet to open up back there. I turned the faucet in water much nicer looking than it gushed forth, put a plate under the faucet and scrubbed it with my hand to try and rub it clean. It didn't go very well.
Here you go. A sponge and dish soap. You can't wash them with just water.
It was Shion. She threw a brand new sponge in a container filled with cleaner to me. Oh, thanks.
You should have just put them by the basins and left it to the grown-ups. You're always doing the right thing.
I got the feeling that wasn't quite a compliment. I answered her with a forced smile. I was surprised to learn you're the manager for the Hinamizawa Fighters. I thought you didn't do stuff like that because it's too much of a bother.
Yes, it is quite a bother. That's why I've stopped showing up entirely.
Didn't Coach say he wanted you to come back? You should pay a visit once in a while.
No. If I feel like it, I guess.
Shion made it sound like the end of the world could happen before she felt like it. Whoops. I couldn't keep washing the dishes while preoccupied with conversation, so I decided to take my task seriously. Shion neither offered to help nor got in my way. She just quietly watched the water flowing from the faucet.
Oh, right. I heard something. You were the star player in yesterday's game, weren't you?
Satoko hit the home run, so I think she was the real star player. I didn't know she had those kinds of reflexes. It surprised me.
She's totally different from Satoshi-kun. There's not much doubt about that. There's not much doubt that all the athletic ability in the family went to her.
Shion smiled as she spoke, her eyes looking at something far away, betraying her reminiscence. That's
right.
Satoshi-kun. Yeah, I know.
Satoko Hojo's older brother. You know, Satoshi Hojo-kun. Oh, right. You just moved here this year, didn't you, Kei-chan? You wouldn't have ever met him.
I was a little surprised that Shion knew about Satoshi. Never met him, but I know a little. After their parents passed away, he transferred to a different school, right? I avoided saying that he ran away from home and used the slightly more vague words that everyone else did. Uh-oh.
Transferred? Who said anything like that?
A gnat just flew by the mic, I hope. He didn't
hear it.
Cool. I hadn't yet realized that Shion's tone had changed slightly. Uh-oh. Well, I mean, who was it then? Yeah, I heard it from someone. That he transferred.
Who? You said that because you asked someone.
Who did I ask? I don't really remember. Even so, he transferred, so that's it, right? Not like there's a problem with it.
There is one. Does that mean there's a record of his transfer? To another school? And that someone saw it? Or heard about it?
Around that time, I not only noticed how awfully caught up on this Shion was, but also how startlingly dangerous her eyes had begun to look. Shion? What's up? You look really serious. With that, Shion seemed to realize the expression she was making. She took a deep breath, pretended to fix her hair, and went back to her composed expression from before.
I'm sorry, but Kei-chan, you don't know much about Satoshi-kun, so please don't say that he transferred or anything like that. I'm serious. Please?
Sorry, Moonpie's food dropped.
It's okay, I heard.
I realized I must have said something I shouldn't have, but I wasn't immediately sure of what I should apologize for, so I just said one safe word for now. Sorry. I just sort of heard he transferred and believed it. Was it actually something else? It was, of course. Preceded by his parents, he had left his sister and run away. But I'd wanted to try and avoid using the words run away, so I pretended not to know. Upon seeing my flustered reply, Shion realized she was intimidating me and lowered her voice.
I'm sorry. I'm not blaming you for anything, Kei-chan. I was being a little harsh. I apologize.
I didn't really mind. That was a fib. I was actually a little scared, even. Was there something wrong with saying he ran away? Was there some sort of misunderstanding in saying that he transferred? But before I could ask her, she turned on her heel to leave. Hey, Shion.
Right. Good luck with those. Looks like your plate is last. That's the last one you need to wash.
Her final remark reminded me of the dishes I had so easily forgotten about. So immersed in conversation were we that it got pretty late. I turned the faucet again to get the water flowing faster. I violently scrubbed the plate. When I turned back around, Shion was no longer there. By the time I'd finished washing the plates, most of the other things had been cleaned up. The air had cooled off before I'd realized it, and as the heat that had stuck with us all day dispersed, a nice breeze started to blow. Is that the end of this chapter?
Thinking.
Uh-oh. No, it's not.
Okay, everyone. Can I have your attention?
Coach got everyone together to make his closing remarks, and with that, another fun day drew to its close. In the end, Mion ended the game with a magnificent victory. Satoko and Rika-chan, who had labored so hard to betray me, had fallen into a huge trap afterwards, leaving them frustrated about more than a few things. People who betray others will one day be betrayed themselves. Never been more true, huh?
You're not the one I want to hear that from, Keiji-san. Rena didn't fall for anyone's tricks. That's how I got second.
Rena doesn't buy into lies very easily. She has a sharp wit.
I'm surprised. She seems like she would fall for the first lie to come her way. Funny you should say that, Kei-chan. You desired to prey upon others, and right away you became the prey instead. Make sure you don't fall for those dumb schemes that promise higher returns the more friends you rope in, okay? Yeah, I'll try harder. Even good friends will lay traps mercilessly and betray everyone in sight once they get into a serious enough game. But despite that, once it's all over, they can feel refreshed and laugh together. It reminded me of how we were all such great friends.
Anyways, I'm looking forward to Keiichi-san's punishment game. However, can you really implement such a thing? I would think the store manager would have a thing or two to say about it, no?
Oh god! Blue!
I wonder.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Blue, hello! Welcome, Raiders! Welcome to probably the last amount of Higurashi we're playing tonight. Unless you want to go longer, honestly. But, hello, everybody! I am Spoony, the spooky cat. I am your designated guide through the horrors, and I am here with my friend Cal. And we are playing as we play this fucked up game. Don't let it deceive you. It's fucked up, and yes. But hi, how are you doing? What were you up to? Were you doing some art? Hang on. Shout out, Blue. You were. How did that go? I hope your stream was good. If you need to take a break, please go ahead, take a break. But to finish my little spiel, I play everything wacky, weird, creepy, and wet. I'm a horror game streamer, so this is a horror game, and it's fucked up.
I know what you mean when you say creepy and wet, but God, it's not nice to hear.
It's funny. It's a meme. It's creepy and wet. Creepy. This game is creepy, and maybe wet. I don't know.
It was wet when Keiichi was washing dishes.
It was wet when he was washing dishes. You're right. Are there holes in it?
What?
Do you not know the creepy wet hole meme in my chat?
Were there holes? No, like I do, but like, are you asking if there's holes in the game or holes in the dishes?
Holes in the game.
There's a hole. There's a well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
A hole.
That's right. There is a hole. Yeah. So those are the things you need for a good horror game. It needs to be creepy. It needs to be wet. It needs to have at least one hole. Can I? Why? Anyway, we were just in the middle of some dialogue, so let us continue. I hope you all enjoy your stay here. I wonder. Let me fucking advance the dialogue. You are close.
Maybe Keiichi-kun will be really cute.
Her smile is scaring me, or his, or theirs. I don't know. Listen, if you don't like Satoko Hojo, you can get the fuck out of here. I'm kidding.
We're also on chapter 3 of Higurashi, so there's a lot of context that led up to this. And Satoko girl, she.
There's no trans people here except for the people who are.
Like Mion.
Like Mion.
I am on the edge of my seat. I will trip him up and make him wipe the floor.
Okay, Rika.
Okay, Rika. That would be great.
Okay, so for context, he lost a game and he has to wear a maid outfit. Why wouldn't I win now of all times? Whenever I think I'll definitely win today and that I'll make someone else play the punishment game, I lose. Is it not enough? Do I not believe hard enough in victory? Oh!
It's not Peak. He's 14.
Oh, the wailing of the loser tastes like sweet honey.
How sad, how sad. Pat, pat.
This is how you get stronger, Keiichi-kun. It's like I'm looking at Michan from last year.
Yeah, it's just teenager bullshit.
It's fine.
Michan
You
last
could've known.
year. Yeah. What, did she always lose and moan about it in the past? How very interesting. I didn't know our undefeated president Mion was once like that. No need to talk about that. Mion hastily covered Rena's mouth. Everyone watching burst out laughing. Finally, Rika-chan pulled on Satoko's sleeve.
Okay. We should be going soon.
Oh, yes, we must go shopping for dinner, mustn't we?
I wanted to keep talking like this forever, but it was getting late. We split up with Satoko and Rika-chan and decided to get on our way home.
All right, bye.
See you tomorrow at school. Everyone waved to each other and split up for the short time between now and tomorrow.
Okay, let's go.
We began walking down the tall staircase leading from the shrine grounds. As the sun started to set, the afternoon's heat began to disappear as though it were never there. Just listening to the chorus of the Higurashi, no, Higurashi means cicada, well, it was enough to make me forget about how hot it had been today.
Extra note, it means one specific breed of cicada that comes out in the evening.
Yes.
Come to think of it, it's still June, huh?
We didn't have a rainy season at all this year. Like, all of a sudden, it's just summer, you know? Now that I thought about it, she was right. Oh no, global warming. It was June, the season of long rain, of hydrangeas and snails. I haven't seen a real rainy season since transferring here.
According to the weather forecast, it's supposed to get more rainy during the first part of the week. They were warning people about heavy showers. I hope it doesn't run into Watanagashi.
That's right, the rainy season's supposed to be rainy. Rena likes all the rain in the rainy season.
What? So much rain just makes me depressed. Oh, me too, Mion. I hate rain.
Rena.
I hate rain. Hey, Kei-chan. I was a little spaced out, so I was late in answering Mion. I was thinking back to my conversation with her sister. Uh-oh. When I said that Satoshi transferred, Shion clearly got angry. She was mad at me for saying something so careless. I mean, it may have been a vague way of skirting around the fact that he ran away from home, but I don't think it was so bad that Shion would need to feel mad about it. I wasn't really satisfied with it. Felt like a child, completely ignorant of what he was being scolded for. So my thoughts spilled out of my mouth in a very direct fashion. Satoko had a brother, right? Named Satoshi, I think. Uh-oh.
What?
As soon as I said the name Satoshi, Rena and Mion both lost their relaxed, comfortable mood and made strange expressions. Should I have avoided talking about this? That's what they made me think. But I've already said it, so that's that. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested. What happened to Satoshi again? Did he move away? That was such a transparent way of putting it, but in my desire to know everything, I feigned ignorance. Mion turned around and looked to Rena for assistance. Rena looked between us, then quietly and softly spoke.
Wait, did we not tell you? He transferred out.
When I said those words to Shion, she got upset. So I answered her with the same words Shion had given me. Transferred. Who told you something like that?
Huh?
I had only intended to borrow Shion's words, but I said it exactly the same way she had, right down to the thorns in my voice. When I realized what I had done, I immediately tried to soften my remark. If he really transferred, there would be records of it at school and stuff, right? But is there actually anything like that?
Mion and Rena, their eyes grew wide. They were at a loss for words. I started to feel like I was doing something really bad. I thought they were only hiding the fact that Satoko's older brother ran away out of consideration for her. I'm not trying to blame you for anything, okay? I just wanted to ask what happened to Satoshi, that's all. I wasn't trying to blame them. The fact that I had to remind them even looked like I was tormenting them with an impossible question. No, maybe I was actually bullying them. Maybe I had lashed out of them in retaliation for Shion getting mad at me. This whole day had been so much fun, but now, why did I go and say something that made all of that meaningless? I couldn't help but regret my own careless curiosity. That's enough. Let's drop it now. As I was about to say that, Mion spoke up.
Well, it's not like we were hiding it or lying. I hope you understand that's not what we were trying to do.
Mion's tone conveyed her genuine awkwardness. They sounded like the excuses of a child who'd been presented with evidence of her own mischief.
Satoshi, well, he didn't transfer schools.
Mion said, resigning herself. But I felt bad for pushing her to say that, so... It's okay, Mion. Let's stop talking about Satoshi. Sorry for teasing you. I wanted to apologize, but right before that... Oh.
He won't come back.
What? Unlike Mion's stammered reply, Rena was extremely clear and resolute. He won't come back. What?
He won't come back home ever since that day.
He won't come back. That was a very strange way of putting it. Normally, you would say that he hadn't come back yet. At least, I thought you'd only say it like Rena did if he wasn't capable of coming back. You wouldn't say it like that when talking about someone who ran away from home. What do you mean he won't come back? Where did Satoshi go?
Don't know.
Rena's word choice felt very cold to me. It was so cold that I couldn't muster a response right away.
Well, she's right. After that day, Satoshi hasn't returned home.
Mion noticed the deadlock between us and hurriedly followed up on what Rena had said.
Well, that is... Everyone in the village searched for him, and we even got the police to help us look. And well, they started thinking that maybe he ran away.
They started thinking he maybe ran away? When running away from home, I thought you were supposed to leave a note or something. So when Satoshi ran away, he would probably have left some kind of letter apologizing to Satoko. That was just kind of what I figured. But from the way Mion was talking, it seemed a little different than just running away from home.
The police did an investigation. Satoshi had been earning money at a part-time job and had some put aside. And they learned that on the day he vanished, he withdrew it all. And then at Nagoya Station or something, they spotted someone who looked a lot like Satoshi.
He withdrew all his savings to fund his escape from home. Is that it? It seemed consistent enough to me, but before I could say anything...
I think that's a lie. Satoshi-kun didn't run away.
Oh, declared Rena shortly. Hey, wait. So if he didn't transfer schools, or move away... What is that? Sorry, I got a weird notification. So if he didn't transfer schools or move away, and he didn't run away from home, then what on earth? He was demoned away!
Stop it, Rena.
He was demoned away. Mion's family took him and put him in a well. Mion whispered to her. Rena, however, continued without interruption. And then she said this.
Because it was Oyashira-sama's curse.
Huh? A curse? Took some time before I understood what Rena meant by that. Mion clicked her tongue and shook her head a little.
Satoshi talked to me before he disappeared. He said someone was watching him, stalking him. They even followed him home. He told me that when he went to bed, they were standing there at his bedside looking down on him.
Stop it, Rena.
It's a portent of Oyashira-sama's curse, there's no doubt! I think somewhere deep down Satoshi-kun was probably thinking about abandoning Hinamizawa and running away. And Oyashira-sama wouldn't allow that.
I said stop it!
Oyashira-sama is the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. He would never allow anyone to abandon Hinamizawa and run away. I apologized for it, but Satoshi-kun probably didn't.
Oh,
It must have been! It must have been Oyashiro-sama's curse!
Oyashiro-sama's curse? I hadn't intended to repeat it, but the words came out of my mouth anyway. Oyashiro-sama's curse.
The police may have said he ran away, but I don't believe it! I won't believe it, not ever! It's just a lie told by the self-important people in the village who don't want to admit it was the curse! And whether or not you believe in Oyashiro-sama's curse, it's...
Mion struck Rena in the head, and not in a joking way either. I told you to give it a rest, didn't I? I try to be nice, but you're pushing me to my limits. Pushing her to her limits. Actually, there was plenty of displeasure and anger in Mion's face at that moment. For a few moments after being hit, Rena looked astonished. Perhaps the voices of the Higurashi calmed her frantic mind, because after a little while she regained her original calm expression. We arrived at the place we always split up with Mion. No one said a word until we got there. The voices of the Higurashi just tortured our ears with their buzzing. We'd always split up with Mion here, leaving just Rena and me. Hey, Kei-chan, didn't I promise to lend you some manga? Want to come over real quick? Huh? She promised that? However, I quickly realized it was a convenient way of saying she wanted to talk to me alone.
Oh, I see. Okay, then Rena will go home.
Maybe she realized it. Maybe she didn't. Thankfully, Rena quickly said she'd go home before us. Bye, Rena. See you tomorrow.
Yep. See you tomorrow. Keiichi-kun, don't be too much of a bother now. It's already evening.
I'm just going to borrow a few books. See ya. Considering the fun day we had, it was a very insipid, lonely parting. Hey, don't worry too much about before. After a little while, Mion finally spoke. Quite some time had passed since splitting up with Rena. No, I'm not really. I think it was my fault anyway. We weren't trying to hide anything about Satoshi. It's just one of those things that we shouldn't mention, you know? At this point, I understood exactly what she meant by that. Judging by our odd interactions with Rena, I understood so well it hurt that I shouldn't ever talk about it again. Actually, if that's the case, then with Shion, too. No, this is a bigger problem. Talking about it in the first place had been indiscreet. I shouldn't have been interested in it at all. But that's why I really had to think about it. About why everyone got so irritated. Idiot, stop this, Keiichi Maibata! By the time I'd tried to warn myself, I had accidentally spoken already. I won't ask ever again. So could you tell me honestly, what on earth happened to Satoshi? He ran away, right? For a long time, Mion remained silent, but finally, unable to endure any longer, she began to speak timidly. Have you ever heard about... Hang on. I needed to catch that ad break. Have you ever heard about Oyashiro-sama's curse? Just a little bit. Because I didn't want the ad break playing during... like what is a pivotal moment. Can you see the snooze like thing on my bob for?
Nope.
Okay, shit. I might have to turn.
I
on.
also can't see the mod stuff still.
That's weird. I got the gist of it. I only overheard someone in class talking about it though. Oyashiro-sama was the name of the deity protecting Hinamizawa that they worship at the shrine we had the barbecue at today. And a few years ago, when they started talking about flooding Hinamizawa as part of the dam project, one of the people who worked on site died or something. People blamed it on Oyashiro-sama's curse. That's how it was. Satoshi's dead parents. They were proponents of the dam project. Huh. Wasn't everyone in the village against it? Why would they support the project if they lived here? The dam project that would flood the entirety of Hinamizawa. I've heard the village all got together to fight the terrible project, but it was a little hard to believe there were villagers who were supporting it. Well, there was a lot of stuff going on. But not everyone agreed to stand up to the dam proposal. Satoshi's parents were basically the leaders of those who were all for it. Leaders of the ones for it? Satoko and Satoshi's parents? Yeah, that's what I said. The government had gathered a lot of compensation money to exchange for the construction of the dam. There were plenty of people who agreed with the proposal because they wanted the money. Aside from a few households, Hinamizawa was, in general, not very affluent, and not because they were proud to inherit the land of their ancestors. It wouldn't be strange if some people wanted enough money to start a new life. But even in that case, they would have had to hesitate to say so, given the situation. It just happened to be Satoko and Satoshi's parents who understood that and stood up to be their representative. By that standard, you might say Satoko and Satoshi's parents were very heroic. They volunteered to be hated, all to help those without much money who didn't have a voice. And then, their parents had bad luck. They died in an accident on the day of the festival honoring Oyashiro-sama, so people started to think that maybe it had been Oyashiro-sama's curse. I'm gonna use it preemptively. Okay. I thought back to what Coach told me today. Please. Stupid game. There we go. They went to a nature park on a family outing and fell from a cliff. So people thought even Satoshi running away from home was because of Oyashiro-sama's curse? Well, yeah. Basically. It was a bit of an evasive reply, but I felt it was wrong to ask any further, so I didn't press her for details. I don't think I need to explain this, but for Satoko, her parents' accident, and Satoshi running away, and all the business about Oyashiro-sama's curse, none of it's a very happy story, you know? Yeah, of course I knew. I could only nod silently. That's why we're not mentioning anything about Satoko's family. Even if someone asked about Satoshi, we just lie and said he transferred schools. You can understand why, right? They wanted to protect Satoko's happiness, her smile. As someone who thought that way once, even for a short time, I really did regret having been imprudent enough to broach the topic to begin with. Yeah, I get it. I'm sorry I asked something so careless. When she heard that, Mion smiled, seeming a little relieved. With that understanding, thinking I should get going, I began to make my way home. I could really have stopped by Mion's house, but it was already late. I'd stop by again the next time I had the chance. Bye then, Mion. Sorry about today. See you tomorrow. Yeah. Goodbye. We waved to each other, then suddenly remembering something, Mion called out to me. Oh no. Kei-chan! One more thing. Not only around Satoko, could you keep quiet about Satoshi with Rena, too? Huh? I think you realized earlier, but for some reason, when it comes to Oyashiro-sama's curse, she... Oh my god! Proxy! What?
So many raids today.
Goodness gracious. What's a raid message? Yeah, what is a raid message? Oh my goodness. Hello, you guys. Welcome in. We're probably finishing up this chapter of Higurashi. Or, not the chapter entirely, but this chapter of this chapter. It's confusing. Hello!
This chapter of this episode.
This chapter of this episode. We're on episode 3, so we're kind of a ways in. So you might be a little lost, so I'm sorry, but quick rundown. Hi, I'm Spoony the Spooky Cat. This is my friend Cal.
What's up?
I stream a lot of weird games, and a lot of horror games, and a lot of weird horror games. So if that sounds like your jam, you can smash that follow button, or you can just chill. Whatever floats your boat, my guy. But since we are in the middle of a very serious moment, very riveting moment, I hope you don't mind me just continuing this moment. But thank you, Proxy. Let me see if I can shout you out before continuing. Shout out, Proxy Glitch Cat. I hope your stream was good. And also, mind the content warnings. I don't know if we're running into any of those at the end of this chapter, but you could. You may remember Higurashi from the bad 2000s anime. I assure you it's better than that. Yes, I'd say so.
I wouldn't say it's bad. It's just like you have so much time and so much budget to adapt something that is so expansive. Some things are just going to end up falling through the cracks.
Yeah, it's true. So many classic RPGs in a single day, but now time for a very interesting time. Oh boy. Wahoo! Alright, Proxy, if you need to chill, take a break, please go do so. Please go do so. Also, thank you again for the raid. Go follow Proxy if you don't already. Proxy's good. Big Higurashi fan. Fuck yeah. Alright, let's go. So, I think
Proxy, let's gem about Umineko sometime.
Fuck yes. I think you realized earlier, but for some reason, when it comes to Oyashiro-sama's curse, she gets extremely serious. Ever since she transferred here. Yeah, judging by how... You okay?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Judging by how Rena was acting earlier, it was clearly no laughing matter to her. Mion had interrupted the conversation for us, but if Mion hadn't been here, what might have happened? She would have fucking killed me. Why would Rena be so serious about it? Not only Rena either, but Shion too. I don't know. Rena is... Oh, this is a secret, okay? If you tell anyone, we're not friends anymore. Mion emphasized this as her expression clouded even further. I won't tell. What's this about Rena? She says she's been a victim of Oyashiro-sama's curse before. Huh? I remember this from chapter 1. Well, it may sound mean, but I think it might be a bad case of persecution complex or some kind of wrong assumption. But she says so herself, so I believe her. If I poke fun at it, she gets pretty upset. Rena jokes around all the time, but she's really scary when she's mad. I get it. Don't talk about it in front of Rena, right? About Satoshi. Yeah, if possible. I think we shouldn't talk about this ever again. For her sake. And for Satoko's. For everyone else's too. And if I must say, for your own sake too, Kei-chan. With her silence, Mion made sure I knew that. Yeah, okay. I got it. Thanks. Saying only that, she waved her hand and began walking away. I watched her go, a little dazed, and then started walking myself. Satoko's older brother, Satoshi. Had he run away from home? Or had he been a victim of the curse and disappeared forever? Whichever the case, none of this was anything I should have asked about. The cooling air forced me into self-reflection. I wanted Satoko to smile, yet my curiosity easily defeated me, and I frivolously tried to step into the dark side of things in a joking way. I'm shameful. I wanted today to be exactly like yesterday. I wanted tomorrow to be just as fun as today, too. So why did I go and do something like that? We were having a blast at the baseball game yesterday, and today we had a blast at the big barbecue party, too. It was a lot of fun, but then I went and almost nullified all those fun times. I wouldn't say that, Keiichi. I would have to be more careful starting tomorrow. I would put all this unpleasant stuff behind me forever. No, you won't. Like hell, I'm gonna let my enjoyable life end because of how careless I was today. But the more I thought that I'd be more careful starting tomorrow, the more I couldn't get rid of the ominous thought that I had already put an end to those enjoyable days with what I'd just done. Yeah. You did. Hey, wait. Calm down, Keiichi Maibata. The gears of destiny are freaking gigantic, aren't they? What happened just now was trivial. It doesn't make any sense to think my life will be totally different starting tomorrow, but even though I understood it logically, the mist in my heart wasn't going to fade until tomorrow turned out to be as fun as today.
So true, Space.
I'm acting weird. Thinking a little too much about that conversation. I wish tomorrow would come already. I wanted it to make me understand how absurd my insignificant doubts really were. The night was long. Fade out. Fade out. And then it fades back up and there's another character that's gonna talk to me and I'm like, no! No! Stop!
Let me be!
Alright. Oh, preliminary autopsy.
That one's really important. Do
Mystery
you want to
meat.
read that? And while we do that, I'm going to see if the other one's important.
Sure. And while we read that, I'm going to put a poll up for my bonus game. Let's do that, because I'm going to play a bonus game after we wrap this up. So, to newcomers in here, a lot of the time I will play a bonus game at the end of stream. And we've been doing it between Pokemon Infinite Fusion and PS2 title Magic Pen Gel, which is a Pokemon clone where you draw your Pokemon, basically. It's great. I have Parappa as one of my creatures. Anyway, I'm going to read the new tips.
Okay, so the Slacking Manager isn't important. It's basically an add-in for English people explaining the Kantoko thing.
Okay.
So it just explains to English speakers the connection between director and coach.
Okay, gotcha.
The other two are quite important.
All right. Copy of the preliminary autopsy. The autopsy suggests the victim was killed in the following manner. Entire body bound in restraints. Traces left behind from when the body seemed to have been bound indicated usage of a specific restraining table rather than rope or another common method. Finger joints on either hand appear to have been bound especially tightly. Highly likely that the table was either especially made or homemade given this information. 2. Both ears and nose severed with a sharp blade. Okay, so this must be the body from the beginning of the episode. Traces of the restraint and other things seem to suggest there was at least one more other than the one who severed those body parts holding down the victim's head. Possible that multiple blades were used, with one of them most likely being scissors or shears. 3. 5 nails penetrated fingers on each hand. Reminiscent of the last chapter. 1 long nail stuck in each joint of each finger on each hand, for a total of 30! Damn.
Knocks me sick.
The deceased's fingers were nailed to wooden planks 20 square centimeters large. Extremely likely these planks are part of the restraining table. In addition, it is likely that the table was originally designed for just such a purpose. Abdomen incised, intestines removed, delicious. The incision in the abdomen is likely to have been a technique grounded in medical methodology using a sharp blade. Estimated that there was still no threat to the victim's life at this stage. After this, the organs inside the incision were dismantled and removed. The victim likely died as a result of this process. Both body disposed. After fastening a dumbbell to the victim's neck using a commercial pet collar, the victim was likely abandoned in the Oji River's third drain. Oji. Judging by the dumbbell's weight, it's highly possible they would have needed at least 3 grown men to have disposed of the body. To Oishi-san. Here's a copy of the preliminary autopsy of the slaughtered corpse in the Oji River. Chief Shigeharu sees this as having a possible relation to the S group. Sonozaki, I'm assuming. What are your thoughts, Oishi-san? What are your thoughts, Oishi-san?
I think that it's blue in there.
Oh, cool. All right, next one. Magic Pen Gel is winning.
There it is. Run. 3 Chun, 3 Dora. Mangan with 1,500 extra. They're playing Mahjong. I don't know how to play it. I don't know what they're talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about either, but I've played Mahjong before. What? What's up with that? What's up with that? How do you have 3 Dora?
You idiot. You're the one who flipped over another Condora when you knew Oishi was in Tenpai. That's what you get. Getting more Dora was the only thing I could do after revealing the Chun. You can't discard a Dora tile after a Yakahai is out.
Oishi grinned meaningfully as his buddies, swearing, began breaking down the walls and reforming them. Oh, Komiyama. I can be Komiyama, I guess.
A 3-minute ad break is starting.
Yep, it's going.
Damn.
Sorry, guys. I couldn't stop that one. By the way, Oishi-san, identified her yet?
What? Oh, the mutilated body in the drainage channel. Any new leads come up? Yes, well, you'll have to find proof yourself, though.
You're really something. Who was the deceased?
Rina Mamiya, actual name Ritsuko.
I'm trying to remember if we have met this person or if
We have
heard of
not.
this person at all. Kumagai was me. Apparently, she worked for the Blue Mermaid, a hostess bar on Shishibone Flower Road. Whoa.
Whew, that's a nasty place. A young leader of the Sonozaki owns it, yeah?
Sonozaki. Whoops. So it's related to the S group. That mountain will be tough to scale. Rumors say the deceased had been dipping into the Sonozaki's protection money, and on a pretty significant scale, too, from what I've heard.
A woman getting her hands on the protection money. Sounds like a man's behind it. Not a lot of women do that sort of thing themselves.
Oh, sexism.
Well, he's dead anyway. The body just hasn't been found yet.
About that, Oishi-san. Her cohabitant's apparently alive.
Alive? Then maybe he'll die soon. Vermin usually exterminate other vermin. I think we have a very nice self-cleansing system going on.
Anyway, her man, it's, well, Teppei Hojo. That's the name we know. Is that... Hold on!
This is a Hojo.
Hojo? Who's that?
Teppei Hojo. The husband of the housewife who was beaten to death last year in Hinamizawa. I heard he disappeared after the incident, though.
Okay, were these, like, the victims of Yashiro-sama's curse, allegedly, that were mentioned, like, early on? Possibly? Okay. Were these Satoko's... Not Satoko's parents, because we know how Satoko's parents died, apparently. So, grandparents? Or is this information you can't reveal to me?
It's not so much of a spoiler to reveal the relation. Her aunt and uncle.
Okay, gotcha. I just want to clear this shit up. Okay.
I heard he disappeared after the incident, though. I get it. He was staying at his lover's place, huh? And so the Sonozakis grow ever more suspicious. Where is he now?
He was living in a woman's apartment. He must have thought she abandoned him, so he's been searching around shops and other gathering places. Oh. Ah. Alright, time to save. Okay. I gotta save and I gotta take another break and I gotta play a little bit of Magic Pingel. But...
No worries. Next week, we get into some of the most serious and heart-rending stuff this game series has to offer.
Oh, boy!
This is where I'll remind you that Ryakishi, before becoming a doujinshi writer and publishing his works, worked in childcare, like with Japanese CPS.
Yeah, so it's gonna get fucking real, guys. So, let's remember that. Woohoo! So, Cal, I imagine you're gonna take off.
Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you for helping me play this visual novel.
Of course, it's my genuine pleasure.
And providing your voice acting. And also, we heard all of your lines today. Yay!
I'm glad that genuinely seems to have helped.
It did help. It did help a lot. Okay. Well, thank you. And I will talk to you later.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Bye-bye.
take a break. I need